Tom Arno.
No, it's call-out time.
Brian Wilson.
You died for that football.
Nick Delgazzo.
It's going to be a battle.
You're listening to Agree to Disagree, only on A2DRadio.com.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Agree to Disagree right here on the worldwide leader, Real Talk, A2DRadio.com. We are live from the BMW Atlantic City studios. We're Mount E from BMW Atlantic City has challenged its sales team. They must sell 100 vehicles, which means you save right now at least a certified pre-owned elite 2016 BMW 320i with xDrive, just $299 a month for 36 months. The ultimate driving experience is closer than you think. BMW Atlantic City, easy to get to, minutes off exit 37 of the Parkway. Online, BMWAtlanticCity.com. They are our show sponsor every Sunday. Disagree to Disagree, the Bad Boys of Sports Talk. Tom Arno, joined by Brian Wilson, Nick Delgazzo, Rob Povey on the ones and twos. A lot to get into today. Later on in the show, we're going to play a little Hall of Fame game. Hall of Famer or not, Sweeps is going to give us some numbers, and we're going to tell him, is he a Hall of Famer or not a Hall of Famer? We'll play that game later on in the show. We'll have 5 questions with the Pove later on as well. And we'll get into the MLB trade deadline. We'll talk about the Phillies. Obviously, we know about Lou Croy vetoing his trade to the Indians. We'll talk about why he ended up doing that, his reasoning, why we think, at least I think, he's an absolute
douchebag,
moron. And, yeah, whatever words you want to use, we'll get into that.
Douchebag.
Phillies. We got to talk Philly trade deadline. I think you got to go Helks, and you got to get rid of him because you're not going to give him the qualifying offer $15 million next year or $16 million. We'll talk about that. Possibly Velasquez. Does he stay, go? What do you guys do? Pete McCann came out today and said there's going to be moves made. Pete McCann not happy about the 2-2 split with the Braves, and you can't blame him at all. So he's talking about moves are going to be made. He came out and said that in his presser after the game. We'll talk about that as well. But the main subject at hand is Eagles camp opened officially today to the masses. Everybody was able to go down and watch it from the link. Camp opened up Friday. But today, I guess official for the fans, camp opened up. But we're going to talk a lot about Eagles training camp, a lot about the Philadelphia Eagles. Our poll question brought to you by Scanzano Sports Center, located Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find them on the web, scanzanosports.com. Will the Eagles will be blank, contender, pretender this season. You can let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, A2D Radio is where you can find us. Gentlemen. Woo.
What's up, boys?
How are you?
Good to see everybody.
Real quick while we're here, the Eagles segment brought to you by the Sports Outlet, Glendora, New Jersey. Find them on the web, sportsoutletinc.com. There's 3 reads just like that. That's how you do it here in the business. So the question is, really, because I think this team is more really in the middle, but when you look at the division they play in, it's a really bad division. It's not good. There's nobody in this division that you can say is head and shoulders better than the other one. There's nobody in this division you can say is really worse than the other one. It's really a mediocre division where anybody can win this division, and we're back to being able to win it 9-7, 10-6 in that area, maybe 11-5 depending on, is Romo healthy for the Cowboys? Who is Eli Manning? Is he a turnover machine? Does he get back to not turning the football over? So a lot of them factors. The Giants defense, I still think stinks. I still don't think they're good enough. You can go get Jenkins and you can go get Vernon, but you still had so many holes in that defense last year.
Does the real Kirk Cousins show up? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Betting on himself. Going with
you like that. You like that.
So the question is, Eagles.
I did like that, though. I like the fire out of Kirk. I'm not going to lie.
Absolutely.
Eagles, and you can play contender-pretender division. You can play contender-pretender in the whole league as well.
You want to talk contender-pretender? Let's just put it out like this. Like you said, the NFC East is weak. Is there a team?
Shit is
weak. I would be surprised if a team wins more than 10 games in this division. Really surprised. And don't give me Dallas. I don't want to hear anything, all right? Okay, Romo will be hurt week 6. We all know it. It's happening.
Well, I think you take them out of the equation because I don't think they're good enough anyway, personally. I think you have to look at the Reds.
Their O-line's really good.
Well, you know that, but their defense is still bad. We know this. Tony Romo looks like he put on 100 pounds.
How fat is he, guys, bro?
Dude, that was my.
Don't go back for seconds, Tone. What's going on, bro?
I spent literally an hour and a half yesterday morning just watching memes about Romo, and some of them were spectacular. One of them said Romo smuggling the suspended players into camp.
I mean, listen.
So good.
I get after food, but I mean, I'm 40 and retired. I mean,
Well,
come
he
on.
had two.
I'm a man.
He had 2 surgeries this offseason, right? So I guess
you're
he's
laying back.
guess he
Not on
just-
his legs though.
I guess-
on
I guess-
his collarbone. You know what I
on
mean?
his
So it
legs.
didn't stop us from picking the fork up. I mean, mixing the treadmill or ride the exercise bike. Something. I mean, that was unbelievable.
I guess he started eating with his left hand. You know?
Something. It was great, but I agree with you 1,000%. I mean, I still think there's so many variables, and I know every team can say that. You know what I mean? So it's.
I think we're contenders.
I would have
Strictly because of the fact that the division's weak.
Yeah, and not big picture, but absolutely in the division.
Yeah, we're not going to win the Super Bowl.
You know what I mean? But
All right, let's put that out there.
once again, but it looks like you got a little bit more offensive line depth this year. Some guys that are, if these starters go down, you got some guys, pretty good, some decent backups that have been in this league. Tobin, Wisniewski.
Yeah, guys that have played in this
Barrett
league.
Jones,
yeah,
exactly.
And-
you're not running rookies out there.
And I think our defense will be a lot better, I think. Our defense was not good last year. I think we'll get to the quarterback more now that Graham is back to his normal position of defensive end.
Yeah, no,
I think-
I agree.
I mean, we got some of those schlubs out of here.
A healthy Jordan Hicks. I mean, we saw.
We got
we saw
and
what
Jordan
he could
Hicks
do.
was awesome last year when he was
Well,
healthy.
Well, hold on.
Small
Piggyback
sample
in
size, but
Brandon
yeah.
Graham. You're putting Vinny Curry in the spot where he's going to be successful in a 4-3.
Well,
The
you would
list
hope.
goes on. The
Well,
list
you
goes
hope.
on. I'm going to go a step further too. I'm going to go your second D end in on the one side, and that's one Marcus Smith. Let the guy. He's an athlete. Hold on. Let me talk for a second because you can shake your head. You haven't seen the guy play, Brian. You haven't seen him. None of us have.
I'm letting you talk. I didn't say a word.
So he got buried. He got buried because you put a guy who's he's not a 3-4 outside linebacker. You bring in a guy from college who's not a cover guy. It's not what he's built to do. Just like Vinny Curry wasn't.
Good
Now, if you-
guys don't get buried.
Yeah, I'm
we're
sorry.
gonna let
Well,
you finish
Tom,
your point.
that's-
We're gonna let you go to
Okay,
work.
well, listen,
We'll let
then
you go to
I'll
work.
put all the
Good guys
goddamn
don't
cards on the
get
table.
buried.
I'll put all my goddamn cards on the
Doesn't
table.
happen.
Over under 7 sacks.
Doesn't happen.
Over under 7 sacks.
My
Over
God.
under 7 games played under probably.
Wow.
I'll go over on both because I think the guy's an athlete. I think the guy's got the ability to go after a quarterback.
What has the guy shown you that shows he's an athlete?
Just his
What is
ability
he-
off the end. His little
When?
bit of time.
When?
Last year, his little bit of time where they were able to let him just go after a quarterback at times.
Week
He
16?
showed me. He
What?
showed me a little bit of a burst though to be
Week
able to
17?
do it.
Yeah, against
Come on,
the Giants.
dude. I mean,
The
what else
fourth-
do I got to go by? He had a
fourth-
sack in training camp the other day.
the
You want to
fourth
go off of that
quarter of
then?
week
You want to
17?
crown him off of that then? No. I'm talking about that. I think the guy can have some progress this year. That's all I'm saying.
I think you're wrong.
Okay, think I'm wrong, but
That's fine.
That's
But
fine.
then you gotta be,
First
you know,
round
then is he
picks get
Casper?
every
He
chance
must-
to play.
Yeah,
and
he
he
must-
hasn't played in 2
Yeah,
years.
he must be Casper in practice then. He's soft. He's got nothing. You know what I mean? Like you got to make some, some adjustments, and you got to stand out, and you got to, you got to make a name for yourself somewhere. Like I understand the scheme thing. What you're talking about, I get that. You know what I mean? Like sometimes your hands are cuffed, but you got to make plays. I mean, guys.
Listen, I don't disagree
athletes
with
make
you.
plays,
I completely don't disagree with you. The fact of the matter is, they had a lot of guys in front of him as that position. Is that a knock? Is that a knock on him? I don't know what it is. What is it? Knock on Chip Kelly? Is it knock on Howie Roseman? Did them two not actually see eye to eye on that pick? Was that a Howie pick where Chip buried him on the bench, or was it the other way around? I don't know all them details. All I know is a fresh regime came into this team. He is right now listed as your second DN. All I'm saying to you is I think you finally see some progress. Do I think the guy's going to be a
hope
stud?
you're right.
No, but I think I don't even want to talk about him this much, but I just think Marcus Smith takes a little bit of a step forward, which shouldn't be hard, but you can see him around the 5, 6, 7. When you have the
9
athletic
tackles
ability.
and a sack is a step
But
forward.
when you listen, he has quickness, and all I'm saying is he has quickness. And when you have that ability, I think when you put his hand in the dirt and you make him one-dimensional, go get the quarterback, I think the guy can have some success. And I think the same thing goes with Vinny Curry, another guy who's put in a position that wasn't his strong suit last year, and he struggled with it. So both them and Brandon Graham. Now 3 guys who are these are DNs. The only guy who might struggle in this is Connor Barwin. The other 3 are made for the 4-3. So I think the whole point with them 3 guys, I think all 3 of them have better years, which helps his defense. That's the whole point
No, I agree.
of the
I
argument.
agree with that.
I don't think Marcus Smith is making a Pro Bowl or doing anything crazy. I just think he has a better year, which isn't hard. You don't understand what I mean by better. I think he has 6, 7 sacks because he has the ability.
Yes, a year.
A year.
A year.
Well, I'm
A
more.
year.
I'm more.
Well,
I'm
show
not,
or go, right? I mean, you got to show or go home.
I'm not even going to get
Serious.
into the guys and like saying what kind of years they're going to have, but I like Jim Schwartz. I like the way that he runs the defense. I like the way that
Absolutely.
And I think our safety play is going to be paramount to us being better on the defensive side of the ball.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say that the secondary to me is way better.
Way better.
Yeah.
And I think, I like the addition of McKelvin. You obviously Nolan Carroll. You see how he comes back for the injury first. But, I know that Eric Rowe has been sort of buried by some media outlets, which is just absolutely absurd. I'm looking at Matt Lombardo right now on 5 guys that stood out to him, and one of his 5 guys is Eric Rowe. So to whoever's saying the uncredentialed guys who are saying that Eric Rowe might be on his way out is just ridiculous to me. You got Ron Brooks is going to make this team as your nickel guy. Nickel, right? And I think Eric Rowe, Rowe could beat out McKelvin.
What about our guy that tore his ACL? What about the young guy? Wasn't there a young guy?
Corey Shepard?
Yeah.
I don't think he makes the team.
Do you think he's gone?
Just because I don't want to use the word deep at that position, but if you look at that position, you have Carroll and McKelvin that are making this football team, right? They signed Ron Brooks for a reason, to be a nickel guy. He makes his football team. There's no way Eric Rowe, when you use a second-round pick on him, even though you can say Chip Kelly used it.
Eric Rowe ain't getting cut.
Eric Rowe's making his team.
Unless he falls flat on his face in camp, he ain't getting cut.
So there's 2 guys that, to your point, who make it. It's going to be Ja'Cory Shepard or it's going to be Jalen Mills. Now, Jalen Mills can play safety as well, but that's a tough spot to make on this team because Maragos is going to make it, right? Jenkins and McLeod obviously are on the team, and Maragos has to because of his special teams player.
Special teams player.
So you're in it. So the point is, it's going to be interesting to see which is it going to be Mills or Shepard, or does a dark horse come out in the factor? But to your point, Ja'Cory Shepard, he better have a great camp.
Yeah,
because I think they like Jalen Mills. And I'm a big LSU D-back guy. If you play D-back at LSU, I'm going to take a chance on you.
He's a scumbag, though, isn't he?
No, he's had his issues. But, listen, we went through this and we had to have all great guys that you wanted Thanksgiving dinner. I know. And it turned on us. Right? It turned on us with Mr. Kelly that we wanted all guys that would cut the turkey at Thanksgiving, guys that had no problem eating last and handing the dishes out first. I mean, these are the kind of guys we wanted. We got them guys that wasn't successful. Now, I'm not saying you go get a bunch of bad guys, but it's a physical sport. And the guy might have some off-the-field issues at 18, 19 years old, but can he become a professional? Because he has the ability. Because he's a guy, and which I like a lot about him. He can play safety, and he can play corner. So he's a dual guy who can do both. And I think that's a guy you would keep over, ask me right now, over Ja'Cory Shepard who can play one. I think you're going to look for a guy who can do 2 things. But, again, he's a rookie. We saw Wentz today, a lot of reports, was good on the short balls, struggling on the deep ones. Well, there's a reason for that, and I just want to calm everybody down. You think the kid ain't nervous, and you think the kid ain't jacked up to play? Come on.
People really starting to get because of that. People are saying stuff that's why you can't read that shit, dude. You get your head off that shit. Because really, it's first day of camp, first day in front of fans. I think I have some nerves.
Oh, yeah, the kid's gonna be not only is he gonna be nervous, he's gonna be jacked up to play too. So you got 2 things, and that's gonna equal some bad footwork at times and some jumpiness in the pocket. So,
Ed Reynolds, another guy, another D-back. Yeah, a little safety action.
I'll tell you right now, dude.
There's some depth there too.
Watkins is back there too, and Blake Countess is back there as well. So
Jalen Watkins, yeah, right.
Watkins is coming in as a safety. So.
Absolutely.
But now, does he make it? I don't think you're going to go.
Well, I mean,
you're not going to go Maragos and Reynolds.
Jenkins are starting.
Yeah, but you're not going to go Maragos and Reynolds as your 2 backups. I just do not see that happening. Maragos, yes. Ed Reynolds, I think either Countess or Watkins beat him out for that spot. Or even look at Nick Perry maybe too. You got to look. There's some guys. So it's going to be interesting. And does Maragos, I know he's a great special teamer, but when you're that young at that position, does he?
You can use anybody.
Does he get? Yeah, but does he not make it?
But he's the best special team player on our team.
I agree. He's got to have the really bad camp, not to make it.
Yeah, he does.
Really bad camp.
He's got to get hurt.
Yeah, he's on all special teams too. It's not like he's just
he does everything.
Not like he's just a kick returner or whatever. He's in on everything. So.
Everything.
That makes you valuable.
He's going to 2 Pro Bowls as a special teams player. Okay, the guy can play special teams.
Yeah. You form a niche, and you find what keeps you in this league. You know.
And you strive at it, and you're good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you believe they're contenders, the Philadelphia Eagles, in this
I think
division?
Listen, people are gonna call me crazy, call me a homer. You know, I'll take a homer over Negadelphia. I dealt with some Negadelphia guys last night. I was really upset. I had a few drinks. I let my thoughts be known to them about how I think they're crumbs. But I will say that I think we can easily win 9 to 10 games if we play well. I think we have a lot of talent on this team. I really do. Now, we could also win 5. You know, don't get me wrong. But I think we could win 9 or 10. Who in the East scares you? Seriously. I actually think the Giants are going to have a good year, but I think the Giants' defense stinks. I think Eli's going to have a good year.
I think for both of them teams in the East, when you talk about the Cowboys, you talk about the Giants, they're going to score points.
I think everyone's going to score points.
They're going to score points.
I think everybody in the league's going to score points.
They're going to score points, them too, in this division. And you look at us and you say, well, if you look at the teams in the division, who has the best D?
I think it's us.
I think it's us too.
Or the Redskins.
Yeah, but they already lost Junior go on?
Yeah, he hasn't played in 3 years though.
Yeah, well.
No, once again, too, it's like I was saying earlier. It's to me that it's always that slight variable is the Bradford factor. You know what I mean? How many games is he going to miss? And is Chase Daniel do enough to keep your head above water? You know what I mean? To not Sanchez you. You know what I mean?
Well, which is funny you say that
I
because
understand Wentz is
I'm
sitting
telling
there.
you, Wentz. I don't think Wentz even plays.
Yeah.
I think if Bradford gets hurt, Daniel plays.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, in all reports,
Oh yeah.
if you want to ask the
masses,
ask the masses who's looked the best at camp, the most consistent,
Daniel.
everybody's going to tell you Chase Daniel, and that's not
system guy. Yeah.
Well, I'm just I don't know if that translates. The guy's never played anything that translates.
He's a system guy.
But he's consistent, and if you have a good defense and Bradford gets hurt, you need a guy who can be consistent, not turn the football over.
It's like when we had Ty Detmer and Coy Detmer for years back there. You know, like Coy.
If they had to come in for a game or two, they were
Coy
good.
wasn't flashy. Coy wasn't beating anybody out as a starter, but Coy could come in and run the offense for 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, a little bit of swag to him.
Yeah, everybody loves that. You know, when you beat the 49ers by 30 and you pull out a little, how's your daddy doing? You know,
So you don't think
little ride your air horse.
Well, let me get Sweets before I talk about Wentz and how long he played, if he does play, and when he plays. If we can get into all that, but they ask you the question, Sweep, that everybody can vote for on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. A2D Radio. Are the Eagles pretenders, contenders this year?
Division contenders, absolutely. So I mean, that's at this point, that's the question. I mean, when we,
if you get to the playoffs, anything can happen.
Yeah. I mean, 2 months. Yeah, exactly. You get, you win your division, you get a home game. So
it's the healthiest team that wins the Super Bowl.
I would not looking at this talent and I thinking that they're better. It's tough to say. I wouldn't say pretender at this point. No, I think they can do enough.
I want to add one more.
Should be able to run the football.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is Matthews? I know he's on the pup right now. Is he? What's his deal?
Listen, I think you're gonna, what Ryan Matthews is. When he's healthy, he's gonna run the ball hard. He's a good back in this league. But what's the X factor? The elephant in the room for Ryan Matthews always is health.
No, I think
Darren Sproles is not going to touch the ball 20 times a game. So
I think he's asking like the severity. You know the severity of it?
It's minor.
I know it's minor.
Okay.
It's minor, but this is how he is. It's always minor, and it keeps him out a long time. So now you got to look at 2 younger kids because you're going to have to look at Kenyon Barner and you're going to have to look at Wendell Smallwood. So them 2 are guys you really want to pay close attention to in camp because one of them 2
might have a significant
role. And guess what I was saying the other day? And I know we had a little argument about this, but running backs are dime a dozen. And outside of your top 5 damn good ones in this
10.
league,
I think there's 10 good ones. We'll have that argument.
No, I mean it's fine, but
I think you're overlooking some of these.
I like fresh
really
legs. Is all I'm saying to you. I have no problem with a Wendell Smallwood coming in and being able to carry the rock because it's fresh legs. So you know what I mean? That's my whole point to it. Outside of you can make an argument. Okay, there's 7 guys, 8 guys, whatever, but there's not how many teams are in the league. So that's the point. There's not that many. I think most teams look at the draft.
32.
The draft tells you all you need to know. I know how many freaking teams. The draft tells you all you need to know on how the NFL looks at running backs. They're rarely used in the top 10.
Unless you're an idiot like Dallas.
Yeah, so most teams tell you what you need to know about running backs. 2nd, 3rd round picks.
Well, you're lucky to get a 10-year shelf life out of them.
If you're real lucky.
First off, 10 years is crazy.
No, I know that.
I think if you get AP shelf life, you're lucky.
You're lucky to get 7.
I would even say 5.
I believe a running back, an average career for a running back is like 3 years. Yeah.
2.5, yeah. 2.5, 3 years. Average.
Because a lot of them play 1 year and that's it,
No, but it's crazy fact.
But I would say, I don't know. I think that our line will be better. O-line, that is. I think our D is going to be better. And I think there's no way Bradford's going to be worse now that he's had a full year where he's not rehabbing, and he's ready to go. I think Bradford could have a pretty good year. I think we have a good receiving core if Aguilar gets his head out of his ass. Ruben Randall could be a steal if he stays healthy.
Ruben Randall's huge.
He could be a steal. And I think Matthews, like we said, if he can just get rid of the drops, he has 1,350 yards last year if he gets rid of some of those drops.
This is the all-time leading receiver in SEC history.
Randall's a possession receiver, man. He's fantastic.
I'm going to be real with you guys. This is the leading receiver in SEC history for a reason.
Jordan Matthews can play.
There's some big pups that come out of school. I think he got a little case of the yips last year, but the good thing that you've seen in practice, he's been able to split that day. And there's a couple times he's gone and caught some big touchdowns in practice, and you like to see your number one be able to split the double, the umbrella, and be able to get over top of the defense and catch balls.
The biggest problem that he had last year is it wasn't like tough catch drops. He had a bunch where he was behind the defense and dropped balls.
Oh yeah,
that were TDs, and you can't have that.
No.
Well,
it cannot happen.
I think it goes for this whole football team in terms of just.
You don't get it. You don't get it back. You know what I mean? Like when you put it on
the
numbers.
That Redskins game that we need to win.
When you put it on
the first quarter, he put a beautiful one on him and he dropped it behind the defense.
You always say, "Hey, live for the next play," but you don't get that back.
Yeah.
You don't. As much as whatever anybody says. It's the big.
It's a difference when it's
big playability. You got to capitalize.
Well, I think the whole mental
side. When it's a 6-yard curl, it's a difference than when it's a 60-yard bomb you're dropping.
Well, I think the whole mental side of this whole team was shot after a little bit of the season. I think mentally a lot of them. Not checked out, but I just don't think they were all there together, and I think it affected the whole damn team. But I don't think he's going to have the drops problem this year. But I want to stay with the wide receiving core for a sec. Well, hold on. Before I do that, I might as well tell you if I think they're a contender or a pretender.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Well, I'm right with you guys. I think they're a contender for this division, and then if you get in the dance, we all know anything can happen. But if Bradford stays healthy, they're a contender because. At the end of the day, they were a contender for this division when Bradford was healthy last year. And as soon as he got hurt, in that Miami game, it all went south. So I think if Bradford's healthy, another year with these guys, and not the same offense, I get that, but the chemistry with the guys, chemistry with Jordan Matthews, the chemistry with Zach Ertz, Selleck, whatever. The list goes on.
Zach Ertz.
Aguilar. So you want that chemistry together for a second year. I think it's a benefit to him. So if Bradford stays healthy and you can protect him, you know the whole gig with the quarterbacks in his league. You protect your quarterback. He stays healthy. You're going to win some games.
As a fan, you got to be excited, because
it's football season. Why wouldn't you be?
Yeah,
come on. That's why I hate when last night guys like, I'm kind of looking forward to college. I'm not even. I'm like, are you kidding me, dude?
No, absolutely.
What are you talking about?
That's the number one point. It's football season, but the fact that you're going back to. It doesn't matter if he's a disciple of Big Red or not. Big Red did a great job. So now you're going back to being, you're going back to being vanilla. And there's nothing wrong with being vanilla. You know what I mean? You just try, there's going to be times when you got to make adjustments to get over the hump and become a championship team. But there's nothing wrong with running the ship, the way it's supposed to be run. Go about your business. Be a professional. And it was always about that other guy. To me, that's always what it was. It was always a circus. It was always about him, whether he brought that on himself or not, or he was dubbed, a baby genius, a college genius or whatever, and maybe he never had no chance from the beginning. I just felt like it was always about him. And now it's like you barely even hear about Doug. You know what I mean?
No,
I understand. It's like,
what does it say?
It's like Novocaine. Give it time. Always works.
Well, no, I think you're right. I think Chip Kelly was bigger than the Eagles, and it came to the point. I don't think that was his doing, really, but I think he got dubbed, like Sweep said. We're off the bat. Listen, we had early success.
I was going to say.
Early success.
It's because his first game, after everyone was talking about how fast we ran plays in practice, his first game we came out and we storm-rolled the friggin' Redskins, who everyone thought was going to be the team.
Not only storm-rolled them, but we did it on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, and it was and
so everybody saw.
And we were running like 4 plays of possession, and just in 20 seconds.
Vic talks about that. Field. Vic talked about the first play to Deshaun that Washington knew that was coming too. I mean, they knew it was coming, but that's the kind. Listen, I think. Listen, when guys started getting let go from here, you can't give up that much talent and expect to continue. Like nobody's offense is bigger than great players or damn good ones. You know what I mean? Like as much as Belichick's a genius, blah 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 blah. You'll see how much of not of a genius he is when Brady's not behind center. right?
I disagree.
Jimmy Garoppolo. You're gonna see that
he goes 3-1.
Okay,
Easy.
you're a flat out freaking idiot.
No, I'm not.
I am going to hassle you. You're just
don't
going to hassle
all.
me. You're a local. I'm a local. You're an idiot.
Are
you crazy?
Matt Castle was a good player.
Oh
what
my
did he do?
God, here we go.
What did he do at quarterback when Brady was out for the year? What did he do at quarterback when Brady was out for the year?
Here we go.
Just what did he do?
I don't know.
What did he do?
Did
He
they
went
win the
11-5.
Did they win the ultimate prize,
He went
Brian?
11-5.
Did they win the ultimate prize, Brian?
They didn't make the playoffs 11-5, which never happens. It's crazy.
Well, they didn't, did they?
Still went 11-5.
Brady goes 12-4. They make the playoffs. So don't do this to me.
Still went
don't
11-5.
you dare! Would you stop? I
Don't
know your
you
hate
dare.
for him.
You know what?
I know your hate for him.
It's because
but take off the hate.
It's
Take
because
off
you
the
don't
hate
like
blinded for a
Belichick.
second and be a man. And no,
I am a man.
Brady makes Belichick. Would you stop
Oh,
it?
get a clue.
Oh my God!
Get
wow!
a clue.
Wow! You hear that? You believe this? You believe these
Listen,
comments that come out of your mouth?
I've turned a leaf slightly, and I don't hate Brady like I used to hate him. I like him. But
Players play, brother.
but
You know this. Don't you dare.
Congratulations, players play.
Don't you
Belichick's
dare.
still a great coach.
Nobody's questioning his greatness, but with Jimmy Garoppolo, you're going to find out.
3-1.
Yeah, stop it. They go lucky if they go 2-2.
When they
lucky
go-
if they're
when
2-2.
they go 3-1.
Roll this goddamn tape.
When they go-
roll this goddamn
When they go
tape.
3-1, I'm gonna literally bash you on air.
Good.
You might want
Good.
to drive, go on vacation that week, son.
So you're gonna
It's
pump
get
chest for the
bad.
Patriots, aren't
It's
you?
gonna get real bad. Real bad.
Just keep it moving.
Keep it going. All
Just
right.
FYI,
You can
I was
send us
playing.
you can send us some pictures from you down in Florida in the pool, and we'll be like, "Oh, Tom's on vacation."
Yo, FYI
And we know
though.
why? Because it's 3-1. Because the Patriots are 3-1 with Garoppolo.
Yo, FYI though, I was planning on taking a vacation around that time anyway. So let's not put
sure.
2 and 2 together.
I'm
okay?
sure. Sure you are.
I don't even know where this argument came from.
No,
but
it's because of you. You have an issue.
players win. It's the whole thing about Chip Kelly. Like I like Chip. I still like Chip. But you can't get rid of that
But
much.
he didn't coach well.
Listen, I think that no.
There
with
is
the
a such thing as great coaches. I mean, you can't.
There
dismiss
is.
that.
There is, but there's also
players
such thing
do
as.
play.
But
I mean,
we can't.
Popovich is pretty
Listen,
tasty. He's
guys,
pretty
if them
tasty.
two guys weren't together, you can't. I think Brady still is a great
Yeah,
player.
well, no,
I don't.
Is he? Maybe.
Bill, you don't know though because he struggled without him. He wasn't.
I mean, Cleveland.
I understand this, but he,
Oh,
I'm just saying,
stop
we don't
it. They
know.
never even
We
gave
don't
him a
know yet
chance.
either.
if you're this
so you're
great,
not wrong, but you're not right. We're
But
not. It's in Cleveland. It's the absolute.
They didn't even give him a chance
You
in
know what I mean?
Cleveland.
greatness. Okay, I'm not saying
But he's
Belichick.
early on. He's a little pup.
We know how great
he's
Belichick is. I don't think there's a question about this. But Jimmy Garoppolo
Apparently
is
he
going
is.
defensive guy back
There's going to be
Apparently
some
it's a
chinks in the armor.
He was more of a defensive guy back then. Then he became.
I do kind of love what he said
You know what I
at
mean?
the
When he was in
press
Cleveland.
conference yesterday, though.
Oh, about him playing 4
When they
games.
said, "What happens if Garoppolo plays really well?" Will he continue to start? And he
Drew Brees?
he just turned and he
You're
said,
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Drew Bledsoe.
But no, I think you're missing my argument here. My argument is I think Chip Kelly's a really smart football coach. Okay, just let me finish this. I think he's a smart football coach.
College coach.
But I think he's a smart NFL coach. But when you let talent walk out that door, now I don't blame that on him. I put that on upper management. When Deshaun Jackson goes, when LaShawn McCoy goes, and when Jeremy Maclin goes, your offense that could put up points against anybody is going to struggle when you try to revamp it with younger players. It's just going to naturally struggle, especially
I
when
agree.
you listen. Nick Foles stinks. Okay, but
we've seen that.
Chip Kelly's offense showed you that Nick Foles can get a deal for a former number one pick in the draft of Sam Bradford, right? You look at Mark Sanchez. Sanchez stinks, but he's never had a completion percentage or put up yards like that anywhere else but under Chip Kelly. So all my point is you can't let that kind of talent walk out the door because, one, what does it do to your veteran guys? Your veteran guys start looking at you and be like, well, if I say something wrong, I'm going too, right? So they start looking at you and not trusting you. And once players come out and throw race cards around, okay, even if they're not here anymore, you think players in that locker room don't start second guessing? Well, is he is he a racist? Does he really care about me? When that stuff starts going on in the locker room, his time was done here.
Yeah,
done.
And
you can't
listen,
put it.
I don't even want to talk about. Don't pull the race card. I hate that shit. But I want to talk about legitimately.
Dude, that's a legitimate argument to this, and you're just
no, it's not. As
Okay.
soon as I don't even care of what it is. As soon as there's an issue with the head coach with the players, and there's a divide, then they have to fire him. I totally agree.
Yeah,
I don't care what it is.
But it all stemmed from players leaving because
A lot of it did.
because they spoke maybe too much. Okay, now if that was on him or Roseman, I don't know. But as much as I don't,
Maclin, we
That's
tried
when it-
signing.
dude, in a locker room where it's majority African American males, when rumors start getting spread Okay, that the guy's a racist from numerous guys. I don't listen. I agree with you, but
those rumors were just
dude,
Sean McCoy being an asshole.
Brandon Boykin said the same goddamn thing.
So you're talking about
Brandon Boykin's also an asshole.
You're talking about 3 punks, and then what about?
Yeah, because the guys,
I think
the
Jeremy
guys on the team were coming out saying
that. But I'm saying, you think Jeremy Maclin? You think Jeremy Macklin's a stand-up guy? I didn't hear a peep out of him. You're talking about 3 punks and 1 other guy.
Yeah, I understand it. Perception, guys. Perception.
I know.
It's perception, though. Like, you know how easy a locker room can get divided, guys. We know this. And there was good guys in that locker room that love Chip Kelly. I'm not saying that. But even if 10 of them guys in that locker room are going this in another direction, you're done. That's all my point is. So if 10 guys believe this shit, what does this start doing in the locker room? It starts dividing it a little bit.
Have the right guys.
And I don't want to go back in the past. No.
You don't have the right guys.
But then to the point of
stop talking about Chip.
But the point of bringing in good guys, obviously didn't work out. Listen, I don't want to talk about Chip. We were talking about Doug, but we were talking about when you can't let you got to bring in talent. Talent wins. So when you look at this roster, it's talented. So that talent, I think they revamped, especially on the defense side of the football. They brought in a lot of talent, which is going to help a first-year coach. Now, I think they're going to get back to running the football more, and
hopefully,
and you're going to get back in huddles, and you're going to keep your defense not being on the field 70 times in a game. Absolutely. The high-tempo offense is all gravy when you're scoring.
Yeah,
but when you're not, a defense that we all thought was good last year, and I still think they were on paper. They were just out there way too much.
They will run the
they
football.
were out there.
They will run the football and run the football and run the football. I mean, you see what happens. Like I said, he's under Big Red, but Jamal Charles went out. They just plugged in the next 2 guys. Next guy got hurt. Shachandrick, whatever. West got hurt. Boom, another guy came in. I mean, they went through 3 guys last year and all 3 of them ran the ball great.
Yeah, they did.
And you know what Jamal Charles is. I'm saying the other 2 guys were like, "Excuse me, my turn. Next man up." Boom. You know what I mean?
Well,
so,
you're gonna.
Niall Davis
you
ran
should
the ball
get
well,
yards in this
West.
league if you get 30 carries a game. That's the bottom line. I mean, unless you're DeMarco on our team last year. But everyone else.
The whole point, I think this team can win 10 games. I think the max I will give them is 11, and that's everything's got to go right.
I think
you got to be the healthiest team in football.
I think max might be 10, but 10 can win the division because bottom line.
Was it Spencer Ware? Where did Davis got hurt too, right?
Yeah. Niall kind of got beat out by Charkandrick and Spencer Ware last year.
No,
Niall was good a couple years before.
No, but he's done this before with Jamal Charles going down, and that's the name.
And Niall playing well.
And Niall played well. So it goes to show you there's 3 guys that have been plugged in Kansas City, to Sweep's point, that succeeded without a top 5 back in this league.
True.
So
no, but what I want to say is it's paramount that we get out the gates fast this year. We can't struggle in the beginning part of the season because the end of the season, our schedule is very tough.
And you know how that goes, though.
We got Green Bay. We got Seattle. We got a bunch of tough games
on schedule right now, though. We know how that can go, though.
Well, Green Bay and Seattle are going to be good. You can mark that down.
But we know all my point is if Rodgers is hurt, they're not good.
Yeah.
Right.
We're not going to beat Green Bay.
If Russell Wilson's hurt, doesn't look as hard on your schedule. That's all my point is. That's why it's hard to do this before the season because. Yeah, but I'm a really good team.
I'm going to assume they're not hurt.
No, you're going to assume it, but my point, this is why when guys are like, oh, man, like, not to you, but when guys are like, we got a really tough schedule, like Mike, though, we got a tough schedule, I said, but you don't know if it's tough yet. Right now on paper it is, but.
I think the beginning of it's easy.
You would think.
Well, I mean, listen.
You would think. I would hope.
These are 3.
I would hope.
Cincinnati, Seattle, and Green Bay, who we all play like right in a row almost, are 3 teams that are going to be tough. I don't care who's playing for them. They're going to be 3 tough teams to beat.
Yeah, you got Seattle, Green Bay, Bengals.
Browns, all right in a row, right?
Browns, Steelers, and Lions.
Well, Steelers very well could be without their running back.
That's the 3rd game. So if he gets 4,
So you go 3-1 after this.
Browns,
you only lost to the Steelers.
You got to start by beating the Browns. That's number 1.
Listen, give the Steelers that win, and you get off to a 3-1 start. You're in good shape. Yeah, if you say, okay, the Steelers beat us, but we beat the Lions, Browns, and Bears.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Lions should be a revenge game, you would hope, where guys don't want to get embarrassed again. You would hope. Check your bag. You know what I mean?
You go into Chicago on Monday night and win.
Well, you better because they stink. Mm-hmm. You better. I don't think but it's the point. You don't know.
You don't know.
Does Collar get his head out of his ass? Have a good year? You don't know. So you just don't know. Does Matthew Stafford wake up and have a good year? Probably not. Like, he can sling it, but is Detroit any good?
I think the Lions stink.
I do too, but this is the point.
I think the Bears are better than
Every year in football, there's teams that are expected to stink that just make some noise. That's why it's so hard to do these predictions.
I think Jacksonville's good this year.
I think so too. I'm right with you.
I mean, a lot of it depends on a few guys being healthy because they got those defensive guys. You know, obviously the second number 2 overall pick from
he's out.
Florida State.
Miles
yeah,
Jack,
but
and
he's
Ramsey,
but he's back already, right?
Yeah.
He's practicing already.
I thought so. He didn't tear.
He tore like meniscus.
Yeah, they're both
small knee.
I hear meniscus. I thought okay, so he's back.
But then Jack's back too, and Dante Fowler. They're all practicing, and that's the kid that missed all last year. Who was the number 3 overall pick.
Miles Jack with a giant chip on his shoulder.
I was gonna say
if
all 3 of them are healthy on their defense, watch out. That's 3 bad mothers on defense.
Yeah, who did Corey Joseph?
Who
did Corey Joseph, safety from West Virginia, get drafted by?
No idea.
Just curious. He's got a big chip. Sweeps was talking about chips, and Corey.
Miles Jack for sure.
Corey Joseph, another guy, big chip on his shoulder. Big chip. But no, I like what Jacksonville's doing. And listen, I'll say it again.
I like Blake Bortles.
If I would have went up to if I would have went up to number 2, it wasn't for Carson Wentz. And I'll make that clear again. It was for Jalen Ramsey. And I'll do it again and again and again all day long. Because this is my fear real quick. The Carson Wentz. If he ends up, we don't know. Nobody knows nothing. All I'm saying, if he's not good, this sets his franchise back another 10 years. That's what scares me. He's got to be good.
Maybe not 10, but
say 8.
5. Listen, I had a guy last night who told me that he thinks he's not good.
You don't know this yet.
The one thing I'll give to this person, I won't name him on air, is that he spent all last fall in North Dakota, so he watched all the North Dakota State games, and he said when
he didn't even play enough games for him to watch.
When Carson Wentz was hurt, the other guy who has a weird name, Easton Stick, I think his name is, or something like that, came in and threw the ball better than Carson did on the team. And that's when they won like 7 in a row when Carson was hurt. So, I mean, I said, but you never know. Maybe this Easton Stick dude can really play.
Yeah.
He's only a freshman. So.
Carl Joseph.
Carl Joseph's who you're looking for to the Redskins.
Yeah.
Carl Joseph to the Redskins.
And Corey Joseph
to the Raiders.
I'm basketball
sorry.
player.
14, yes. 14 to the Raiders. Apologize.
He ended up, okay. I was just curious. I was watching, hey, rookie, welcome to the NFL today. And he was one of the guys they were spotlighting. So I was just curious on where he went. Because at the time, obviously he was working out. But
he missed half his senior season.
But he really thought because he was 5'10", he wasn't going to be because he was a smaller safety that he wasn't going to be a first round guy. He was going to be more of a second round guy. But I was just curious, Carl Joseph. So I apologize.
He's compared to
Kiss my ass.
A poor man's Earl Thomas. Early on without it stepping on the field.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I think
Raiders could be better this year. Mm-hmm. That's a team to watch. Derek Carr, second year. Mari Cooper, really good player. Crabtree kind of went into his own last year with them.
Real quick, I mean, get back to the Eagles. What's your expectations of Sam Bradford? And if I had to give you an over/under,
I expect him to.
If I had to give you an over/under, so you can answer both at once, if you had to set an over/under, where would you set it at on games played?
Well, I want to say 16, but that's not.
I know. I want to say the same thing. I want to say 20.
I'll say 12.
All right.
And I expect him to throw the ball well this year. I expect him to play good this year. I really do. I think he should have 25 TD passes and less than 15 interceptions.
Listen, things happen for a reason in sports. Not for a reason, but things happen when you least expect it. And this guy's pretty much was ran out of town, essentially, right? He said he wasn't going to come. He didn't want to.
Because of his own doing.
Well, no question.
Because of his own doing.
Well,
I know they drafted somebody, but he opened his mouth and
no, he's wrong for opening his mouth.
Acted like a pussy.
No, he should never open his mouth. Brett Favre didn't. Brett Favre just went to work when they drafted Aaron Rodgers. But my point is that we pretty much ran him out. We look at him as a 1-year option, a stopgap. And all I'm saying is, what if the guy comes out and plays 16 and slings it? You know what I mean? Like when you least expect it, because I don't think anybody's expecting him to really sling it. I know Wills does. I think he can sling it a little bit if he's healthy, but the majority and the masses, most of them think he's not going to, or he's going to be hurt. But what happens if he is healthy for 16 and slings it?
I think we have a good season then.
Well, crazy things happen. That's all my point is that I'm not saying they're going to win a Super Bowl with Sam Bradford, but what happens if you win a playoff game?
He's got to be able to. Not we all know about health. I mean, that's easy. I mean, let's not talk about that. He's got to be able to stretch the field, all right? Because that opens up your holes for your running game. You know what I mean? Like, when you're just, an intermediate passer, right, and everything's just congested and everything, they not necessarily put 8 in the box, but it's just, when you can stretch the field, those safeties they can't be sniffing right around there. They gotta be, you might see a lot of more cover 2s or whatever. So, I gotta be able to see. He's gotta be able to throw the deep ball, and be a little accurate with it too, not just throw it through the goalpost. That's it. It's hit a few big plays early, whether it's preseason or the start of the season, and go from there.
No, I hope he plays well. I hope he plays the whole season and plays well. I like to see us be in contention. I like to see where the last 5 weeks of the season, I'm not sitting there like, oh, I guess I'll just watch Red Zone and not run. Watch the Eagles to see if they can at least put up a fight.
No, you're right.
Like I want us to be in it. You know?
As a fan, you should want them to play well. That's the thing that pisses you off. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason to root against this guy. Like, it doesn't matter if the next Joe Montana is waiting in the wings. That's tough. Wait there.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Wait. Sit down. Sit down, young man. And
I hope to your point,
I'm going to take this off.
I hope Wentz has to sit 4 years because Bradford's slinging it. You understand what I'm saying?
Listen,
because if that's the case, you're winning.
That means
you're winning.
We're winning games.
Yeah, that's all.
Listen, what happened in Green Bay? Favre played, 3 years before Rodgers played?
Yeah.
And that's my only issue with Bradford. He sweeps. Dude, check your sack, bro. You know what I mean? Like, come out and ball. Like, don't say a word to anybody. Like, Favre, I understand he's an all-time great, but that makes it even worse.
Favre bitch, too, though. But, yeah, he was a great, like you
said.
But
my point is he was an all-time great. So to take it personal for him, but he took it personal, went out and played. Bradford had no.
He didn't really say nothing. He just was a dick to Rodgers.
He was a dick to Rodgers.
So which I'm okay with.
But I'd rather have him say something and be nice to the kid. To be honest with you, because I want the kid to learn.
Yeah.
Or the kid can learn by watching a professional go about his business too.
True.
That's a good point.
That's my.
I like it.
But I like
the dick.
That's my issue with inactivity.
I'm more of a dick, but I do like that. Though. I mean, you should be able to pass the torch at some point.
Yeah.
And I think
if I get hurt, I mean, it's the NFL. We know that Favre didn't. He played 1,000 games in a row. But most guys get dinged up, and they're going to miss a game or two. So, hey, I want you to be able to step in and make sure, we're not taking a step backwards so we don't, go 0-2 when I'm out here with just a little groin pull or whatever.
Well, the thing is, you can't take it. Listen, in sports world, all these guys want to say it's a business all the time when it caters to them, right? When it all caters to them, they all want to say it's a business. But when business ends up coming back and smacking them in the face, then they take things personal. Well, listen, you can't have your cake and eat it too, babe.
So both ways.
Wait, when you're not on the field enough and you're former number 1 pick in the draft and you can't stay on the field, you got to expect the team, after you again were hurt last year again, to go and try to draft a quarterback for the future. Now, that being said, they still gave you 22 to 26 million guaranteed money. So shut up and play.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Like Jeffrey Lurie.
Dude, that's my number one thing.
Jeffrey Lurie made sure that Sammy was okay with money. They overpaid him to make sure he was okay.
The dude got $60 million. He was the last huge contract of the number 1 overall pick.
I think it was 72.
So then,
so shut the fuck up, Sam. How's that sound?
When you open your mouth,
Jesus Christ.
you open your mouth, you look like a spoiled pussy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of just
ain't going to come
and he might not be. He might not be. But that's perception again. We're back to perception, right?
Instead of having house parties and having people over, let's go.
Perception is reality.
It is.
A lot of times.
Well, I think he's soft. I don't think there's any question about his softness and his mental makeup, but
I hate you know what I hate about him, really, and it bothers me every time I see him, is that stupid
cross-eyed.
No, the way that his jersey is, like where it's like looser I friggin'
it's like, bro, hit a tricep.
Dude, do something.
Like give me the overhand, give me the overhand triceps. Give me a little tricep workout once in a while. Let me see one of them pop out. Act like you're a goddamn professional. Cause you look like a guy that you wouldn't even pick in 7-on-7 in the backyard.
No,
you know what I mean?
Like who is this dude with the weird sleeves? Get him out of here. Tell him he can hold a clipboard.
Real quick, boys, if you're just joining us.
He should be wearing leggings.
Tom, give him a pair.
Yeah, you guys can both go screw yourselves. All right, now back on to what I was trying to tell you. All right, grow up. Our poll question, you can vote Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, A2D Radio is where you can find us. The Eagles will be what this season? Contenders, pretenders? I think that we all agree at this table that contenders in the division, no question. Outside of that,
I mean, then it's probably much pretend time, but whatever.
You get a home game and see what happens.
Yeah, I don't see us doing. No,
but still,
listen, you can say all you want about injuries, like Tom's saying over there. I think there's 3 teams that are just clearly way better than us in the NFC.
In the NFC, yes. Yeah, no question. No question.
Green Bay, Seattle, and Carolina are 3 teams that are far better than us.
Oh, again, as of right now, no question. I can't argue that.
And I would put Vikings too.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I like the Minnesota Vikings a lot.
I'm gonna see
So do I.
You know what I think they made it?
See what the Panthers
they hurt themselves, man. They should have built it a freaking dome, dude. What are you doing?
What, Minnesota?
Dude, what are you doing?
Why would you want to play games outside like that?
Yeah, why would you want to do that to you? First of all, Bridgewater's a slinger. Let the kid get in the dome and sling it. Like, now you're putting the kid out there and minus 15. Like, didn't you learn your – I mean, I know they were building this stadium.
I know, but also,
as soon as Blair Walsh missed that kick, I'm saying to him, I'm going as the owner. I said, dome. We got to dome it.
And AP's made of clay. I mean,
he
was just sculpted out of clay. As a young man, they were, somebody just sculpted him right there in kindergarten class and just made this young stud. I mean, you gotta let him run inside, man.
Freaking chiseled out of rock. Why would you not want him on turf?
Yeah, right.
It's unreal. I can't believe they did it. I mean, they're playing it. Minnesota. University of Minnesota, and you see it out there. And I know NFL's supposed to be cold, but not that cold. You know what I mean? Like winter's supposed to be cold.
I mean,
let's playing in 30 and playing in -5 is a big difference.
I mean, if you got a good defense, that's one thing and all. But like a lot of guys can't play. A lot of guys hate playing that shit.
No, like Green Bay compared to Minnesota is like summertime. Really. You know what I mean?
Maybe not summertime, but yeah.
No, Green Bay gets cold, but you're talking about 20, 25 degrees. Okay, they might have a 10, but Minnesota is going to be in the negatives. It's going to get in the negatives midwinter. I don't want to play there. No, if I'm a free agent, I don't want to go there.
You miss like a 17-yarder. I mean, obviously there's no excuse for that, but it's cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like you're just
like a Pro Bowl kicker misses that kind of kick.
Your feet are absolute freaking icicles. Just ice blocks, dude.
Nothing.
Yeah,
you could have.
Well, Finkel is Einhorn. Okay, because has anyone seen Blair Walsh? Because he might have just taken the identity of a missing hiker. All right.
He's got a mangina.
Someone's going to be knocking on the house.
Hey, you got more of that gum?
I'm looking for Blair Walsh and a clean pair of shorts.
Dan, mind your own business.
Who held that kick? We got to find out.
I don't know who held that kick.
Is there backup Dan Orlovsky?
Or the punter. So
we're going with contenders. Continue Eagles Talk, brought to you by Gibson Mayer LLC, your certified public accountant. You can find them on the web, gibsonmayer.com. Let them know the boys from A2D Radio saying you, James Gibson will take care of you. That's a promise.
Jay Gibb.
Promise guaranteed. So, you saw the Randall catch that we put up on our Facebook and Twitter at A2DRadio.com. Well,
good
shortly after that, he left practice.
Not a shocker.
Makes a great catch. Leaves practice. His little Odell. Oh, you guys are making catches all day. I think, who was the Saints rookie who made – I don't know if you saw the Saints rookie made a catch similar to that for a touchdown.
The other day?
Yeah, yesterday. I don't know if you saw it.
The kid at the Saints drafted? I don't know.
Who
is he? I know they got Cooks, who's nasty, but he's about to be his third year, I think.
Yeah.
Cooks is filthy.
Yeah, he is.
He's fast. I'll tell you what. There should be. I think there's gonna be a lot of offense this year. There's a lot of good skill players have been coming into the league.
Yeah.
I love the NFL. I can't wait.
Yeah, we can.
I cannot wait to just watch some friggin' red zone.
Well, listen,
you want to segue right into the quarterbacks?
We can take a quick break, come back, and we'll do our top 4 quarterbacks in each division.
Why are we breaking? You got issues?
Dude, I'm going to take a commercial break here, okay? I don't have any.
I already gave 4 reads.
Right, I'm going to take a commercial break, and on the other side, okay, we're going to do top 4 quarterbacks in each division. We'll rank them out. We'll continue our Eagles conversation. Also, MLB trade deadline. 4 o'clock tomorrow, we're going to talk about that as well. And this was brought to you by BMW Atlantic City, and they challenge their sales team. They must sell 100 vehicles, which means you save right now. Lease a certified pre-owned elite 2016 BMW 320i with xDrive, just $299 a month for 36 months. The ultimate driving experience is closer than you think. BMW Atlantic City, easy to get to, minutes off exit 37 on the Parkway, online, BMW@AtlanticCity.com.
Hi, this is Matt Sudi of the Hockey Happy Hour. And if I want a night out in the town but I don't want to miss the Flyers, there's only one place I'm going to, the Phillies Sports Bar. Located in 31 South Black Horse Pike in Runnymede, New Jersey, it has over 40 plasma and HD TVs with a brick oven and a 2-story deck. This sports bar has truly surpassed everyone's expectations. For the one-of-a-kind sports memorabilia to the life-size sports figures, this bar stays true to its name. The Phillies Sports Bar also provides a quality service along with an outstanding variety of the finest liquors and well-known beers with a family-friendly environment for everyone while remaining true to what they are, the best darn sports bar. So check out the Philly Sports Bar. You can give them a call at 856-939-4322, send them an email at info@phillysportsbar.com, or check out their website at www.phillysportsbar.com. That's the Philly Sports Bar in Runnymede, New Jersey.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
Hey guys, Rob Hovey here from Fantasy Dominance Now in the Hockey Happy Hour with a quick question. Are you in need of a professional home improvement? Then contact Harry's Contracting, 609-638-6336. That's 609-638-6336. No job too big, no job too small. The owner, Harry Ernst, is a fully licensed general contractor. Tile work, bathroom and kitchen remodeling, and just about everything else. No matter what you need, Harry will leave your home looking as beautiful as ever. Harry's Contracting offers free estimates, and if you mention A2D Radio during the estimate, Harry will give you 15% off the quote. Give him the job, tack on another 5% for a total of 20% savings off his already insane low prices. So contact Harry's Contracting today, 609-638-6336, or email harryscontractingimprovements@gmail.com. Harry's Contracting, insane home improvements.
Hey, do you consider yourself the next Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, or Jordan Spieth? Well, head on out on November 5th at Valley Brook Country Club in Blackwood, New Jersey for A2DRadio.com's first ever Real Talk Invitational. $125 per person to enter, teams up to 4 members, and it includes all you can eat and drink, and contests including longest drive, putting competition, closest to the pin, and the hole-in-one contest. Once again, it's November 5th at Valley Brook Country Club in Blackwood, New Jersey. The guys here at A2DRadio.com hope to see you there.
Welcome back, Agree to Disagree, right here on the Worldwide Leader of Real Talk, A2DRadio.com. I'm joined by the bad boys of sports talk, Brian Wilson, Nick Delgado. I'm Tom Arnone, Rob Povey on the ones and twos. If you're just joining us, our poll question that you can vote on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, A2D Radio is where you can find us. The Eagles will be what this season? Contenders, pretenders. Pretty easy, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty freaking easy. Let us know. We all think they're going to be contenders in the division. Outside of there, we still believe there's 3 or 4 teams, obviously in the NFC, that are head and shoulders better than the Philadelphia Eagles. So we'll dive in. We'll continue our training camp talk and everything moving forward on more shows in the future, and we're going to dive more into the Eagles than tonight. As of right now, there's not a lot to dive into. Training camp opens. We talk a little bit about it. Position battles are going to get deeper as the season goes on. And again, it's tough. Like, we did this last year. We made this mistake over preseason football, and me and you, Wells.
I'll be the first one to tell you.
It's on tape. We were fucking 14-2, 13-3. I mean, we were geeked.
We
were fooled.
I'm not doing that this year.
Me too. I'm right with you. But let's do this. Let's have a little fun. And what we're going to do is we're going to break down the top 4 quarterbacks in each division. And then we're going to have a little fun with it. We'll start with the AFC East. We'll start up in the AFC. And this is brought to you by Liberty Event Rentals. You can give them a call, 267-314-7368 for all your party needs. Find them on the web, libertyeventrentals.com. And also Harry's Contracting for professional home improvement. Give Harry Ernst a call, 609-638-6336. Email him, Harry's Contracting Improvements @gmail.com. And our poll question brought to you by Scanzano Sports Center. Find them on the web, scanzanosports.com. Just pump them out, boys. Yeah. Just pump them out. Get your money's worth. Yes, get your money's worth. So let's start with the AFC East, and obviously that's an easy one. I think we're all going to go Brady, unless we have a homer in the room. I don't know.
I'm going to go Brady. I'm going to go Brady / Garoppolo.
You son of a bitch! Shut the hell up. / Garoppolo. I'm not even going to say his name anymore. Okay, we go Brady. So who's the second?
Garoppolo.
I went.
Under Belichick, he might be the second.
Well, I went Brady, Fitzpatrick, Tanny Butt, and Taylor.
You know what's funny is the second best maybe in the division was out there. They were in. They didn't know the Jets weren't good. Like, the guy only got paid $12 million. Sam Bradford got paid essentially more than Fitzpatrick.
Obviously, Tannehill's more talented, but he just doesn't get it done. So
Ryan Tannehill stinks.
I know.
I'm sorry to tell you. Don't
want
to burst your bubble.
No, it's
completely. But I think he's last.
It was never even filled up. You can put him last, absolutely. I think Tyrod Taylor stinks, but I agree that Tannehill stinks too.
I think Tyrod Taylor stinks as well, but I think which shit smells worse. Is what we're getting at here.
Absolutely.
All right. Like one's a Sunday morning shit, one's a Tuesday morning shit. Sunday morning you might have had a few more toxins in your level. It smells a little worse.
This isn't sitting well with him one bit.
No, it is.
I know it's not.
It is.
It's fine.
I'm telling you.
Listen, you got rid of that. You got rid of that friggin' scrub, though. Scrub of all scrubs. Receiver that you paid way too much for. And Mike, who was out there for a while. Thank God he's gone. That might help you.
Yeah.
Because he's a scrub. Landry can play.
Yeah, absolutely. No, listen.
But where'd he go? He went Baltimore, right? Is that where he went? Receiver.
Who, Landry?
No, not Landry.
I thought you said Landry. I'm like, what is he talking about?
Well, I'm not thinking of his last name for some reason.
Who, Wallace?
Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace?
Yeah, I said Mike.
Yeah, he's a crumb.
He's crumb.
Yeah,
he's an absolute crumb. I think he went to Baltimore.
Ben got him paid, and he stole money ever since.
Oh my God, crumb, absolute crumb.
It shows you how good Ben Roethlisberger is.
I think getting him off the team will actually help the Dolphins.
I think so too. But I'm going to go Brady.
He's a Raven. Yeah.
I'm going to go Fitzpatrick as well. I'm going to go Tyrod 3 because Tannehill can run. I get it, but Tyrod, I think obviously can bring a little bit more in that game. But again, which shit smells worse, really? But I'll go Tyrod and I'll go Tannehill 4th. You got to show me something, Ryan. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's got to show or go home.
I'm going to go Brady 1, Garoppolo 2.
He's not going to put Tannehill in. He's not going to put Tannehill in.
No.
A bench guy for 12 games second. That's incredible. And I love it.
What a jerk off. What a jerk off. Go ahead.
Brady 1, Garoppolo 2, Fitzpatrick 3, Taylor 4.
Tannehill.
Honorable mention, Tannehill.
Honorable mention. Who's their backup in Miami?
I don't know.
4. All right, we're pretty much all in agreement there. Let's go to AFC North. Obviously, your one is Roethlisberger.
I don't know about that.
Go ahead, Brian. Go Flacco me right now.
I'm not thinking of Flacco you right now, but I don't know about that. That's all.
Then who's better?
It's Ben.
Andy Dalton?
It's Ben.
All right, now the big question.
I go Flacco, too.
So do I.
Go Flacco, too?
I got no time for a redheaded stepchild, but he's third, and RG3, you can have him in flag football if you want. I mean, get away from me.
He stinks.
Right now.
He's terrible. That's like, I don't like what Tom said about Tyrod Taylor. I don't care less about here. I think he can run a little bit. I don't care he can run a little bit.
Here comes the
Unless
argument.
your name's Cam Newton, where you can run and not get hurt, I don't care if you can run a little bit.
Dude, I'm not hyping
when
Tyrod Taylor.
When you say the quarterback can run a little bit, it says to me that he can't throw.
Is this guy a freaking idiot? Is this guy an idiot? Where's that come from? I had the guy third. You act like I had him above somebody.
No, I just don't like that statement of, well, he can run a little bit. He's a quarterback. I don't give a shit how he can run.
I'm just saying he brings an intangible that puts
That
him
gets him hurt.
Agreed, but I think he's better than Tannehill. What kind of arguments is? I said the same thing you said. What shit smells worse? I mean, I freaking gave it over to you. I put my cards on the table, I slid them to you, and agree with you, and you still find a way to circle back and make it.
Our show is called Agree to Disagree for a reason.
You like a little mobility.
That's all.
That's all.
And two guys who stink, I'm going to go with the guy who maybe can run a little better, make moves out of nothing. Make things happen out of nothing. Tannehill can do the same thing a little bit, but I think he's soft. So that's why I go Tyrod above him. Can we move on to the AFC freaking North?
Yes.
Where we were at?
Yep.
Roethlisberger 1. This is where the argument starts right now.
Roethlisberger 1.
Here we go, because I'm going to give you my 2.
Flacco 2. Because Tom's going to put Flacco 4 because Flacco didn't throw the ball to him. Tom was too slow.
I have him third. I don't have him second.
Flacco 2. Dalton 3. RG3 4.
That's fine.
And I might put like somebody else over 4, like a backup on another team. I'm not sure who Pittsburgh's backup is now. But they might be above RG3.
It's a backup quarterback.
Yeah, we're going to have 4 starters.
He's an advocate for backup quarterbacks. I love it.
I'm going to have backups in every one.
That's awesome. I love it.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Ben 1. I'm going Andy 2. I'm going Flacco 3. And then, obviously, your RG 2. 3 is 4.
You're a Dalton guy, huh? Dalton guy?
No, not at all. I'm just.
He's a non-Flacco.
No, I'm not.
He's a hater.
I'm not a hater, dude. I just don't think.
Hater in the house.
Listen, ever since Ed and Ray got off of that team, they have struggled.
He's been hurt. They didn't struggle.
They
would struggle this year because he got hurt.
Bruce Gradkowski or Landry Jones?
I think Landry Jones might be better than RG3.
Hey, they got him ranked third. He should be the backup. Landry Jones is all right.
Yeah, I just think I don't know. I just think I don't like Dalton that much either, to be honest with you. And I like Flacco like as a dude, but I think he's a middle of the pack quarterback in this league. So
he's done more.
Yeah, I know he's won. He's got the ring. You could make him 2. I just think
he's going to playoffs pretty much every year.
No, you can put him 2, 3. It doesn't.
I don't know. Dalton. Until you win a playoff game, you're not good, in my opinion.
No, you're not good. I'm not sold. You know my opinion, Brian. It's not going to change. It has nothing to do about passes. It has to do with eye test. And I've never been able to get a grip on the guy on how good he is or isn't. Like, obviously, he's an NFL quarterback. It's not about that. It's just that he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. I don't put – like, I know you got to give him credit for the ring, no question. But the way they got there, the Hail Mary, the greatest postseason ever by a quarterback. The way they got there. Is that what you're talking about? I don't know. I just think when the leadership went out of that locker room, the quarterback's got to come in and grab it. And I just never felt like this guy can lead an entire football team. I think it's easy when Ray Lewis is on the defense and he's your leader and Ed Reed. But when them guys left, I feel like there was a big gap on who the leader of that football team is. I really do. And that's a shot at Terrell Suggs, too, because I don't think either one of them took over the leadership of that football team. If you want my honest opinion, it's not a shot at Joe. It's real. Come on here and talk about how you're a leader then. Right? Because I'd never have seen it. So when you show me.
I don't know how you haven't seen it.
Take over that football team, Brian. Explain it. Shut the hell up. He did 1 year under Ed and Ray. You people. Oh, my God.
What are you talking about?
Oh, my God. I've never seen him be a leader. No, he's clearly a leader.
He tore his ACL last year, and he played the rest of the game when he tore an ACL. Guy's not a leader, though. Not a leader.
Listen, I understand some guys lead by example, but.
I'm sure he talks. You don't know. You don't even follow the Ravens. How the hell would you know? You don't know shit.
I think he played the rest of the drive, but I don't think we take away his toughness. Absolutely.
I don't think anybody's questioning toughness.
No, I was just.
No, to his point, I'm not questioning the guy's mental toughness. The guy's obviously a tough guy. There's no question.
Tom don't watch anything about the Baltimore Ravens. He had no idea what he's talking about.
I've always followed the Baltimore Ravens because I've always been a fan of Ed and Ray.
This is strictly on Joe Flacco 15 years ago in high school. Is all this is. Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Dude, the numbers are average. The numbers are average.
It's not anything else.
Oh, my God.
That's all it is.
Dude, his numbers are
all
average.
it is.
His numbers are average.
He's burning from 15 years ago.
His numbers are
average. This is a 15-year burn.
That's a guy that's carrying a torch. Right?
His numbers are average.
He's like Ali in the 96 Olympics, carrying his torch, slow as shit, just shaking. I don't care. He's dead. Whatever. Get over it.
Y'all see T says on Ballers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it says. Listen, dude, it's not.
Let's move on.
Let's move on because it will never end with you.
No, because it's not going to end with you.
I'm not going to change my stance on something I believed in for
fine.
a while now. Why
That's
change
fine.
the stance? I'm not
going to change mine, so you might as well move on.
No, should you? Because you're giving them hand
I'm gonna
jobs
beat you.
in B building.
I'm going to beat
I know
you
your whole
every day.
story.
I'll
All
beat you every day.
All right, hand jobs in the breezeway.
You're an idiot.
Oh, because the guy said hello to your Wawa and maybe bought you a nice coffee. Now you freaking fall in
You know
love.
what? You're such an idiot.
You're an
It's
idiot.
amazing.
You're an idiot. Freaking problem.
Town pride. That's why he moved.
Well, I got
moved
town
to
pride and kiss the
Well,
guy's ass.
I'm not kissing his ass.
Town pride.
I'm not kissing his ass. The guy's clearly the second best quarterback in the division.
All right.
Get a clue. Get off your friggin' high horse over there because you didn't throw you the ball because, like he said, you were too slow. That's what got you upset.
I ran a
That's
4.65
why he's still
40,
upset.
so say
That's
what you
all
want.
it is.
I ran a 4.65
That's
40.
literally what it comes down to, Nick. I
Okay.
can tell you the exact day that it came down to.
I don't care what the guy
there.
said.
Why didn't you just tell him you'll run a button hook? You don't need any speed for that. Just run a button. Hey, hit me on a button hook.
Nobody's claiming that the guy was a great high school football player by any stretch. But the call, whatever. Whatever he says to you, I don't give a fuck about. Okay, because I don't give a shit about him. And you want me to get deep into shit? You want me to get deep into shit? You want me to go ahead? You want me to go buy hand jobs in the pool? You want me to play this freaking game? You want me to play this game? Because I'll go off on everything. Everything. Let's not open up this can of worms. Because if you ever want to get him on here, when I'm done, he'll never come on. So let's just
It's not going to come on anyway. So.
let's just play nice. Let's just play nice.
Somebody struck a nerve.
Let's just play nice.
Next division.
AFC West.
Brought to you by Trojans.
Who's the best? This is a tough division. They say who's the best, really. It's an interesting division.
Where'd you go?
AFC West.
I went Phillip and then Carr, but I hear you.
Yeah, I go Phillip.
Carr looking real good, and he's obviously younger, but
Needs to see more, but I'll go Phillip 1-2. I agree. Well, you defer on that?
It's got to be Phillip, I guess.
And 2, Carr?
Phillips had some pretty bad years, but he's
no question.
But he's had at least
it
a
doesn't
good.
have to be
yeah,
him. I mean, Carr, like I said, I thought
I
thought it was between them two, and then I got Smith, and then Dirty Sanchez. You can you can do with him, so or whoever the other guy is. There's 3 guys. I'm not counting Lynch. There's another guy that they're big on, Simeon.
I think I still have. I have Alex Smith over Carr.
Listen, we put a poll up on Agree to Disagree. You can find us on Facebook, and it's
guy's a winner. I mean, it doesn't make you an idiot. I mean, the guy's
our new Twitter page at Real A2D is where you can vote, and we put it out who's the better NFL QB, Andy Dalton, Joe Flacco. Go ahead and vote and handle this once and for all for us.
Yeah, go on, get on that.
I'll lose it, but that's fine. So yeah, I'll go Phillip 1, I'll go Carr 2, and then Smith 3, and then obviously
the Denver dumpster fire.
Or Paxton Lynch or Mark Sanchez or whatever direction they go.
Simeon.
I'm gonna go.
The other guy, Simeon's playing decent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'll go Phillip 1. I'm gonna go Alex Smith 2. Derek Carr 3. Derek Carr is nipping on his heels as only a 1-year player, but I need to see more out of him. And 4, I'll go Trevor Simeon because I think he's gonna win the job.
Gotcha. Absolutely.
Because Mark Sanchez stinks. We all know this.
I agreed.
Paxton Lynch is probably better than Sanchez too, but Paxton Lynch needs some seasoning.
Yeah.
He's not going to start yet.
Yeah, they need to fry him up a little bit. And he put him back on the grill a little longer.
Yeah. Somebody cut into him and they said, "Oh no, we need a couple more minutes." All right, throw him back on.
Yes, sir.
Extra rare.
AFC South. Are you good with that, T?
Yeah, I'm perfect with
You
that.
ready to move
Yeah,
on?
there's no issues there. Nobody overthrew me. We're good.
AFC South. But I mean, luck. Even though I think to Willie's
Had a bad year last year.
To Willie's analogy about nipping on heels, I mean, Bortles could be that guy. To me, it's Andrew Luck. He did have a terrible year.
It is
I
Luck.
went
He was hurt.
I went Luck, Bortles, Mariota, and then Brock stealing money, Osweiler. You know what I mean? You can. I mean, like, guy played.
I'll tell you what. I think this is actually a really tough division of quarterbacks because I actually think Osweiler is pretty good. I know some people don't. I think he's a pretty good player.
He'd be 4th for me right now.
I think he's a pretty good player. I'm going to put him 3rd, actually.
I don't know if I have Luck 1.
I have Luck 1, Bortles 2, and like you said, I like Blake Bortles.
I love Bortles.
I'm going to put Osweiler 3 and Mariota 4, but they're like a toss-up.
Yeah.
I feel like any one of them could be 2 if they play well this year.
I just think and I know I'm
just
going to
can't
say this
jump
and take a
out
lot
of
of
the
heat.
luck. I can't jump out of the luck boat.
No, nor should
I
you.
drafted him number 1 last year, and he absolutely ruined my life. But I still.
I'm just not.
Well,
I hate to say it.
He's a really good player. He's
Yeah.
had some really good years.
Yeah.
No, he is. I'm starting to not be that much. I'm starting to lose my
hurt
how
last
much
year,
I've been
though.
sold on him now. Just in general, I think the team's doing him a disservice too. I think that they go and they get a guy like Andrew Luck, and you bring a guy like Andrew Luck in. You got to surround him with talent, and I don't think the Colts as a whole are surrounding him with talent, which is hurting him and his development. The defensive side of the football, they're bad.
Yeah, really.
And
T.Y.'s pretty good.
yeah, but they don't have a back. They don't have they never have handled the running back.
Ford didn't play awful for him last year, but he's old.
My point is they never handled that for him. They never got him a legitimate running back in the backfield. It's been an issue, and I think the guy struggled because of not having a running game.
You're not a T-Rich guy.
No, not at all. and when you have to,
Nobody's a
when
team.
everybody listen,
Not even his mother.
Except for those three chicks.
Not even his
listen,
mother.
when you can play for the
Like-
pass, and you don't have to respect the running game. It's put him in a lot of tough situations. Obviously, he's number 1 in this division until otherwise. I'll keep him 1, and I agree with you. Bortles has to be 2 for right now. I'll go Mariota 3 just because I like him.
Yeah.
And
I
Brock.
mean, he could be.
Yeah,
I mean,
and Brock.
I think 2 through 4, almost even 1 through 4.
It could be a
if
shakeup.
Luck they could go anywhere. Really.
Because exactly, like if you get
Scans was nervous. He was nervous.
unbelievable. Tell him to call in.
Yeah,
Johnny will
he
do the
gave
talking for him.
He gave us a shout out. He said, "Hey, you guys are good." He didn't.
We
wanna-
know this.
you don't
We
wanna-
appreciate the
you don't-
shout out,
You don't want
though.
to get carved up. We do appreciate that.
Carving him up.
But-
See,
No,
he hears
no.
the debate, and
Yeah.
guys get nervous about chiming in.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, man,
Well,
if I
you
say the
know-
wrong thing, these guys are going to – it's crush city around here.
Willie walks around with a carving knife, but still, you got to sometimes you got to put your big boy pants on.
I have the Exacta with me today. Okay.
Robots in that building.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but
Crush a guy's health.
Like Kevin PG.
Question guys help. They're worse for you.
Okay, there's
They
no
re-
proof.
they really
There's
are.
no proof of that.
There is.
Yeah, the chest feels better without the
send you-
cigarettes.
I'll send you something.
You're a fucking idiot. Okay? I can send you stuff that they're
popcorn
not,
lung.
too. I can send you the same
Popcorn
things
lung.
back.
2-1.
You're an idiot.
2-1. That's right.
Who, me?
Yeah,
no question.
You're up 2-1.
Yeah, I've been up. Maybe a week or two, the guy might have got the best because the guy's freaking a little exhausted. I actually took naps today getting ready for
I mean, the
this.
first time I cursed,
We're
I
talking
think
about your
I think I was
F-bombs
4
over
years.
there.
Oh, yeah, but it's still
I
2-1
think I
now.
was 4
No, it's
years
not.
old
No
when
question.
I shit in my diaper, and I don't even say it. You two guys get each other's skin so bad
So much.
that they just fly. I mean, because like I said, I love the word. I love it. I throw it on
Oh,
there.
I love it.
throw a little salt and pepper on the F-bomb. I love it so much, and I don't even use it.
If you go to the NFC East,
Yeah. That's
who's your one?
well,
It's Romo. As much as I don't want to say
look
it's
at that.
Romo,
I'm
it's
proud
Romo.
of you. I am proud
It
of
is
you.
Romo.
I am
All right,
proud-
it's Romo 1. I hate, and everyone knows I hate the Cowboys. I hate Cowboy fans that live in South Jersey.
proud of you.
One's at the table.
He lives in North Jersey, so you're all right.
Whatever.
He's more north.
It's still
Well, so
terrible.
you were wrong.
It's still terrible.
Well, know the guy's location.
I like you were right there. The ones that live in South Jersey. I don't live in
Yeah,
South Jersey.
yeah, you know what I mean?
I don't
Hey,
live in Texas
Cowboys
either.
fans that live in New Jersey, I don't like.
There you go.
Period.
You got it right now.
But it is Romo. He's the best quarterback in the division. I would say, based on previous performances, Eli is definitely number 2, Cousins 3, and Bradford 4. But, I mean, I'd like to see Bradford take a step towards being 2 or 3 maybe this year, but we'll see what happens.
I completely agree with the West. I don't have to change nothing.
I would like.
100%,
I'd like to say
and I like
Eli's
the
better than,
explanation.
than Romo, but he's not.
No, he's not. He's not.
100% agree, and the explanations were spot on. Absolutely.
And I actually think Eli's going to have a huge year this year. Sleeper in fantasy. You heard it here first. Take Eli Manning this year. You can get him earlier than a lot of other quarterbacks, or later, than a lot of other quarterbacks. I think he throws 40 TDs.
Salsa healthy?
The Giants will let up roughly 40 TD passes against them as well. So
Yeah, 60
But-
attempts. He's going to have to throw the ball 60 times.
yeah, they're going to be throwing the ball a ton. With Fareen catches the ball, and you got Beckham,
Yeah.
and they're just going to be catching the ball over there. I think really.
Yep.
I look for them to have a big year.
Diggs. Any report on Victor Cruz? Like,
I think he's healthy.
He's healthy
Yeah.
for
He's
once.
healthy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
get a healthy
Salsa.
back Cruz with
Yeah.
ODB.
Yeah, they still should have never let Randall walk out the door, but it's
Well, I think they like that other kid, right? There's another kid that they like.
there obviously there's a reason, but yeah, I just thought that guy was just a huge just under the radar guy. You know?
So he's a big third down guy.
Yeah, great. Just a great addition for the Eagles.
He had a really good year, like the year before Beckham broke out.
Yeah,
he had a good year 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We did NFC North. We go Rodgers 1. I'm going Teddy 2. Because I'm projecting a little bit with this as well. So I'm going to go Teddy 2. I'm going to go Stafford 3, and the diabetic can go 4th.
Oh, I went Stafford, Cutler, then Teddy. Teddy don't do nothing for me. I mean, I know he's a young pup, and I know Cutler disgusts everybody in America, even his wife.
I'm gonna cut.
And Stafford just is
even his wife.
Is a terrible waste of talent. You know
I want to punch him because I'm so mad that he got to go before me and mention Cutler's wife. But
Laguna.
Little Kristen?
Laguna?
Sir.
Takes you back.
Were you were you talking Sterling Shepard?
Yeah, that's the kid they like. Yeah. But anyway, so obviously we know who number 1 is, okay? Aaron Rodgers is 1. Probably if you had to give me 1 in the league, it would be Brady than Rodgers. I'm gonna go Teddy too, just because I think Stafford's a bum. He's had so much chance to be really good. He's had some really good years with the best receiver in football on the team.
I agree.
And he just doesn't put it together, and I hate him. So Stafford, I don't know. For some reason, he just looks like a fat kid to me or something.
Oh, yeah, like a fat Cabbage Patch
yeah,
kid?
like
Absolutely.
something's wrong with him.
Like, he would be the perfect 30 for 30 if he could just have, like, if he can have a drug problem.
Yeah,
like in the next year,
something.
he can just like streamline coke or something, and it'd be like, hey, let's do a 30 on 30 because that's where all the talent went. Or something.
There it is. We figured it out.
He's been humping farm animals for the last 7 years or something. Yeah,
we hit the nail on the head. So I'm gonna go Teddy 2. I'm gonna go Stafford 3, and Stafford's only 3 because the crumb of all crumbs of the quarterbacks in this league. Jay Cutler, who I won't even put for. I'll put his wife, Kristen, for because she probably throws better than him. I hate Jay Cutler. The biggest crumb move ever was him bitching out of that NFC Championship game and then riding a bike on the side the whole time afterwards. What a crumb. I despise Jay Cutler.
Agreed. Zero toughness.
That's why I tell you what, when he got picked that high, I said, what a terrible pick. Because he got picked high as hell. He went to Vanderbilt. He won like 3 games a year at Vanderbilt. I don't take guys that can't win games. I don't give a shit if he's playing on Vanderbilt or wherever. You better go to a bowl game and win a bowl game. Yeah, I ain't drafting you in the first round.
Every throw is off the back foot. He's
I hate
the
him.
The epitome of the back foot thrower. You know?
Every time I hear his name, I think of that South Park episode when they're because obviously he used to play for Denver, and the South Park episode where they walk in, they're like, oh. Jay Cutler's at a coke and sex party. Like, hey, you kind of suck, but my dad says you might be good someday.
Early on.
That's great. So, yeah, Cutler stinks. They all stink.
Yeah,
besides Rodgers.
Yeah, it's not. I was just going to say.
Green Bay's going to run away with that. Green Bay runs away with that division this year. Minnesota will be good, but I think Eddie Lacy looks trim.
Yeah,
he must have got really pissed off that he had a bad year last year, and everyone was calling him fatty. Because he looks trim, and he might be
fat predator.
He might be running a little wild this year.
You mean Cheeseburger Eddie up there,
dude? If he runs wild, dude.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Well, he got in better shape towards the season, moving on, and the performance, went up.
Yeah, he started playing better. Yeah, mm-hmm. But you figure that, and Jordy back. Watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out for them pack.
Is anything going to happen on defense with
Matthews and Peppers? I don't know, but they're probably pretty pissed off.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they play, they're going to be playing with
a little chip,
with their motors flying around and then absolutely just knocking people out. I agree with you. I just didn't know it was going to they didn't voluntarily go in there like Peyton.
So let's move to
South.
You know
what I mean, yeah.
No, I know. Well, they're contesting it.
Yeah.
I know all that. Like the players' unions contesting it and all that. So.
Yeah, I saw it. Yep.
NFC South.
Sure.
I'll go first. Cam 1, obviously it's got to be. I think. I'm gonna go Breeze 2. Breeze was 1 for years. Cam has overtaken him, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Just because the fact that Cam
And
threw the ball really well last year. I'm not the biggest Cam guy.
And I'm a Cam hater.
Yeah, he threw the ball really well last year, and the dude, if you get inside the 5-yard line, just runs it in the end zone.
Yeah.
So
I need to see a repeat, for him to really take the next step.
Agreed.
But, I'm a Cam hater, but
I think
he sits at one.
He might have a ridiculous year this year.
Yeah.
With Kelvin back.
And I just need to see it.
I agree. Sweet. I completely agree. I need to see more just of his passing game. We know how much of a specimen he is. We get all that. I just need to see more as well. I'm going him 1-2. I'm actually going to take a little. Dude,
Can I finish my 4?
Nah, because you can just wait till I get my first 2, and then you can finish your freaking 4.
Wow.
All I'm saying is I'm going to go out on a limb because this can create some conversation. This is what it's about. I'm actually going to go Winston too. And that's projecting a little bit.
Really?
Here. I think Breeze is on. Obviously he's on his way down.
I know. I think he's still.
And I really like what I saw to Jameis for his first year. I think the guy's a leader. I think the guy's a winner. And I think I know this, but Breeze is at the end of his career. You're talking about a kid who's on his way up, and I'm gonna. This isn't about past performances. We're ranking right now going into this year.
He's 4 to me though.
I don't mind it.
I think Matt Ryan's 3.
I do. I could make that argument, but I'm gonna go. I got Matty. Listen, man.
Jameis Winston might be the best number 4 quarterback of a division in football.
I just don't think Matt Ryan is anymore. I think he's digressed. I think he's gotten worse as a quarterback. I think he's struggled in situations.
I do think that Matt Ryan is completely overrated.
So I'm going to go Matty 4th. I'm going to go Breeze 3rd. I'm going to go Matt Ryan 4th. He's got to show up or go home too. So he's another guy in that boat.
He's got the best receiver in football.
Obviously, Drew Brees. If you're going off. If you're going off history, he's number 1 in this division. If you're going to go that route,
but
we're trying to project.
We're also
too.
talking to a guy that's 38 right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to project with the guy a little bit here. I think it's not a good team in New Orleans, so that hurts him. I think Tampa Bay's a little bit on the rise here in terms of a football team, talent-wise. On a talent level, they got tons of talent.
They do.
So I think Jameis takes a big step this year. I think they're a playoff team, and I think he shows you why he was drafted where he was. I think he really is. As much as all the extra shit that went with Jameis Winston, at the end of the day, the guy's a winner. And he just wins. He doesn't have all, I like him.
I can feel Sweeps burning with hate right now.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But, I mean.
I do think Jameis is good.
No, listen.
I don't like Jameis, but he's good.
I like Mariota better, but
I wouldn't say that you two guys are morons by any means. I mean, you guys are great at what you do, and he could very well be a Hall of Famer. But I don't know where the whole where all the winner stuff came from. I mean, come on. I mean, he didn't. He won a little bit last year. I mean, I don't care what they did at Florida State. I mean,
I think it matters.
You know what I mean?
We just talked about a guy who did nothing in Cutler or Vanderbilt and how that matters. So I think when you win at a college level,
you got to win something.
Yeah, I think he's a winner though. I'm saying that some guys come out and they're just built as a guy who can lead and win. I think that he gained the respect of his teammates really quick in Tampa. For a rookie to come in and start from day one, I grant he's the number 1 pick, but not a lot of guys do it. So he started and he was solid. I mean, he was solid for his first time as a pro. So I think the sky's the limit for the guy if he works hard.
Does coach get fired?
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with him. I think it's just Lovie Smith, isn't it? Lovie Smith was a lame duck there, really. Okay. They never let Lovie play it out. If you're gonna draft the guy number 1, at least let the coach who drafted number 1 stay for a minute.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I mean the guy was a quarterback of a team where his coach got fired, so he didn't do enough, or he didn't he wasn't a difference maker in that sense, where that poor guy could
I think he was on his way out anyway.
Was able to save his job.
Well, I don't think anybody thought a rookie quarterback was going to have them, as a playoff team. So, I mean, I think he was a lame duck there. I don't think it has anything to do with Jameis Winston as a player and why he got fired. I think they expected too much as an organization in the first year. I think they did him dirty, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So I agree with you there.
You always
but
get a chance to finish it out. You know what I mean? Unless you're 0-8 or 0-9 and you lost the locker room like Willie talked about earlier. You should always, just get it. You should always be able to finish what you started. You know what I mean? All
I'm saying is the guy for a rookie year threw for over 4,000 yards. He had 22 touchdowns, only to 15 interceptions for a rookie. That's really good numbers. Passer rating 84, which for a rookie, really solid numbers. And if you look at as this season went along, he got better at times. He got better as the season went along, in my opinion. He threw a lot of picks early on in the year, and it sort of, it went down. And I just think the guy developed better, and that's why I'm projecting him. That's all. I mean, I completely understand what you're saying. Mine's just strictly projection. It's not anything more than that. So, And I could be completely wrong.
Listen, I don't have a problem with it. I just think, there's not a day, that Breeze is, puts a helmet on that dude's better than him. It doesn't matter of age. You know what I mean? There'll be a time when Drew's done, another year or two, and hang it up. But
I think he's done now.
He very well could be. Absolutely.
That's part of the projection. I think he's done.
He just came out and said that he's going to play 4 more years.
He might, but I think there's a little. We'll see how it all goes. I like Jameis Winston. I don't know why I turned a leaf on him. I didn't like him. I was a Mariota guy, and I still am. Sweeps, but something just changed about his demeanor. I don't know. I just liked something about him that changed my opinion on him. And I could easily change it back. If the guy comes out and struggles and doesn't develop and get better like he did last year, if he doesn't continue that, then he's going to go in my doghouse again, where he was.
He got into the NFL where rape is, legal. So it's not frowned upon. It's not frowned upon in the NFL as it is at the college level. It's like, you know what? Pat him on the ass and then
it's okay.
And pencil him in on Sunday.
Yeah, welcome to the league where everybody rapes.
It's okay. Yeah, it's crumb. The whole league's a crumb.
Oh, I completely agree there. We're back in agreement, Sweepsy. We're completely back in agreement. Can we go to the West?
Yeah.
We're good with that division.
Absolutely.
West is a fun one. I think it has to be Russell Wilson right now.
Yeah, I went Willie Palmer. Willie Palmer, the dumpster fire that is the 49ers, and Goff. You're dealing with a rookie.
You think Kaepernick? Listen, I think Kaepernick under Chip, swinging back full circle here.
They're talking about Gabbard's going to win the job, maybe.
Yeah.
He's playing well.
I don't think so.
No.
If this guy's smart, guy's smart and finally has got the goddamn quarterback that we all needs that we know.
I don't know. Kaepernick's a mess, dude.
I understand he's a mess, but I'm saying if there's a prototype to run this offense, that's who it is.
You would think.
Pistol-like?
Yeah, but that's why Chip Kelly did himself a disservice, this whole NFL tenure so far, besides Vic, of not getting that kind of quarterback. They're out there. He has one right here. Do not fall into the Blaine Gabbert trap. Do not do it. Do not do it, because you can be one and done in San Fran real quick. I think Kaepernick can – they're not a good football team, so I think Kaepernick can win them some games in that offense. That's all I'm saying.
If the Eagles sign Tyrod Taylor, you might have a little parade action?
Yeah, he would.
What do you mean, under Chip Kelly?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think he would run an offense better. No question. I think when a defense has a read option does not work without a running quarterback, gentlemen. It doesn't work. It does not work.
It doesn't work in the NFL, period.
It works. It works if you have the running game to do it and you have the quarterback to be able to run it.
It's just gimmick
bullshit.
It
works.
Russell Wilson runs it all the time.
College.
Oh my God, Russell Wilson in Seattle run it all the time. Do you watch Seattle games?
Russell Wilson's smart.
Oh my God, we're talking about the offense, dude. We're talking about the offense.
Yeah, but you gotta know what to do.
I agree.
I think Kaepernick would make too many mistakes.
He might.
That's probably why he's going to lose. Not going to win the job.
Okay, yeah, he's not winning the job. They didn't even touch a preseason game yet, and guys are saying Blaine Gabbert's winning jobs. Okay, fine. I don't see there's any chance Blaine Gabbert wins that job.
All right.
And if he does, it's more of a reason to get Chip Kelly out of the NFL. Blaine Gabbert showed you what he can do. It's nothing. So don't fall for that.
I don't think Blaine Gabbert's any good.
No, but Kaepernick at least showed the ability to be
a
decent quarterback in this league. He showed the ability to do some things in this league. That's all.
He can run.
I know, and in an offense where it's suited to run, how are you? They got the running game. They had the running back to do it. Now get the quarterback to do it. All I'm saying is San Fran will score some points with Kaepernick in that offense. They still stink. They're still the worst team in the division. There's no question that. I think they're worse than St. Louis. So
I think they definitely are.
You know what I mean? So I'm agreeing with all that. I just think he finally got the guy to run his offense. Don't puff your chest out, Chip, again, like you did here. And go with the guy who's built for your offense.
Didn't Cap run the same offense in Nevada?
Similar.
Or similar.
I mean, they're all similar.
It was a pistol.
Yeah, I mean, something similar where it's a read type game. But that's the problem with Sam Bradford behind center and Nick Foles back here in Philly. And then to Jason Peters' point is like, well, they knew when the running back was lined up left, we were running right. Well, they wouldn't. They would have to respect the quarterback if. Hence, McCoy, when Vic was here, how he had his biggest year of his career, because why? They had to respect Vic running the football. It's that simple. You can't run a read option with a quarterback who can get 2 yards. Nobody's respecting that. So you're gearing up for the run.
Yeah, nobody's disagreeing with that.
No,
it just goes to the point, like, what a moron that guy is then.
Yeah.
Like he thought he was the smartest guy in the room. He's a moron.
That's the whole point of the thing.
There's guys all over the country that you can go find then.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor was your guy.
You can go find a guy that can do that. That you don't have to, only a select few guys can play NFL quarterback the right way, in my mind. right? But if you got a gimmick and you're
that's
you're a
what you
guy
are.
that wants balloons to come out of the, fall from the ceiling, and you want to blow party favors, there's plenty of guys you can go find it. I mean, go drive around.
I just think
hey, buddy, let me see what you got.
The whole point is
it's a gimmick.
The whole point is the whole point of the whole thing is that he made the mistake here, and it looks like he's making the same thing in San Francisco when you got a guy right on that roster that's built to run this offense. Do you want to get fired again? I mean, Blaine Gabbert's going to get you fired real fast.
But
at least Kaepernick can maybe get you a year.
I agree that Blaine Gabbert will get you fired because Blaine Gabbert stinks. But I also agree that you do not win in this league by running the read option. You can't do it, in my opinion. You have to be able to stand in the pocket and read a defense and throw a ball to win this league. I don't care what you want to say about athleticism and running. I don't give a shit. When it comes to the playoffs, you got to be able to make throws in the pocket or you will not win.
All I'm saying is Marcus Mariota was in an Eagles uniform last year running this offense. Chip Kelly would still be here. That's all. It's as simple as that.
I disagree.
Okay. Okay. You only seen his offense run right one time, and that was the year where what happened? We all blew the guy. And all national media blew the guy. The guy's a smart genius, this and that. Why? Because he had a quarterback to run the offense.
I mean, why didn't he just give up the whole? Why didn't he give up the ranch then? I mean,
I don't know.
They gave up a lot to get Wentz.
I'll tell you why.
You know what I
Because
mean?
Howie didn't want him here anymore, so they weren't going to give up the ranch. He was on Howie's hot seat from the beginning. Don't let this up. This is why this organization is failing, because the structure of it is a shit show.
Well, I hate Howie.
There is no VP of player personnel that's listed on the PhiladelphiaEagles.com. They don't have one, which means where's the command? Great organizations that are successful that we all see in all sports, their structure, their communication from top to bottom is spot on. This organization, listen, there's going to be a reluctancy to sign big names anymore. I'm telling you, Jeffrey Lurie's reluctant. Why do you think he went backwards? I like the hiring at Doug, but essentially it's a safe move because he's scared to make the big move because he's getting
shit move.
He's gotten burned. He's gotten burned so many times now. So much off of the Chip Kelly thing. I don't know.
I hate Howie Roseman.
I'm just saying there's no VP of player personnel in this organization right now.
Howie Roseman.
And it's Howie Roseman. But the whole time that Howie was no question in Jeffrey's ear that he wanted his power back, and that's why Chip Kelly isn't here anymore. And that's why, to Sweeps' point, why they didn't give up the ranch was because Howie didn't want to. And that's going to – listen, you can say what you want. Marcus Mariota's going to be a better quarterback than Carson Wentz, and that's that.
I don't think
that's
so.
that.
I don't think you know that yet.
I do.
Okay.
I'm a player. I should be the VP of player personnel because I do know that.
Yeah, we'd be in the bottom of the division every year.
You shut your.
Almost had 3.
Yeah, almost.
Almost.
She was close to popping.
The Cleveland
Almost.
Browns.
By the way,
up
my
South
NFC
Philadelphia.
West, my NFC West would be Russell, my cousin Russ, best quarterback. Carson 2. I'll say Goff 3, and that dumpster fire in San Fran of Gabbert and Kaepernick is 4.
Gotcha.
I might even. No, that's not. We'll stop.
He's looking for a backup.
I was thinking about it for a second.
Give me a backup.
I was thinking about it.
That's true.
I can't wait for running backs.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we're gonna do.
Because
do
Tom
this every week.
Tom claims there's only 4 good running backs in the
I never
league.
said that. I never said there was
That's what
4.
I heard.
Who said that? I never said there was 4.
5.
5. Sorry.
I said there was 5 top-notch, big-time backs in this league.
I disagree.
Okay. So there's more than 5 superstar running backs in this league.
Yes.
Okay. All right, fantasy. All right, we're going fantasy football or are we going real? I mean, really,
We're
right?
going real.
Okay. Whatever numbers they put up on you on Sunday in your fantasy league don't translate to greatness. So will you stop
That's
it?
fine.
Will you stop it? There's
No,
not more than 5 great
is-
running backs in this league.
I think there
Well,
is.
no, there is. There's not more than
I
5
think-
great.
I
You know what
think-
great is?
I think
I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore.
I think
we don't.
two great
We
counts here.
just crown great. I'm not saying there's not more than 5 good running backs, but in terms of greatness that deserve top-notch money in this league, there's not more than 5.
What's DeMarco to you?
DeMarco Murray stinks.
Okay.
He's not. I wouldn't put him in the great.
Oh, no, I'm not saying you were. I was actually just asking the question.
Yeah,
I understand
there's
he
more
played
than
in
5
Dallas,
great.
but, you know.
Go ahead. Give me more than 5.
You want more
Great.
than 5?
Great.
All right. I'll give you more than 5 great. Peterson, 1. Marshawn Lynch, 2.
He's not in the league, dude.
Well, did he officially retire?
Yeah, good
Okay.
deal. Now, that's over. We're moving on because
All right,
you
no,
failed. Now
that's
you're a
fine.
freaking idiot. That's the dumbest thing. You go with a guy who's retired, really?
I didn't know he was
Oh,
retired.
but you don't know. You're
No,
doing a
like
sports
Seattle.
radio show. You don't know.
Here we
You don't know. Do your effing homework.
All right, well, you can take him
Come
out.
on here and lie to the people.
Matter. I still got over 5.
Go ahead.
I still have over 5.
Go ahead.
I think
We'll play the tape on that a lot. Go ahead.
That's fine. The guy who's going to be the best back in the league.
Because now we're
After
crowning.
this year
Go ahead now.
It's Todd Gurley.
Now we're crowning. He's not great right now. You can't say
how is he not great?
He's not great.
He had 1,300 yards as a rookie.
Oh, my God. You should. You play 16 freaking games. That's why it's in 100 a game. Again, not great. Go on.
No one runs for 100.
Go on. Is Todd Gurley in your top 5?
Yeah.
Wow. Go ahead.
He's not in your top 5?
He's not great yet, dude. Go ahead.
Wow. All right. That's
Go
fine.
ahead.
I think the kid from the Steelers, Le'Veon Bell, would be in the top 5.
Would be. Not. Got to be on the field.
Suspended. I agree.
Got to be on the field.
He still is top 5 talent.
Okay. I'll give you Le'Veon Bell.
Okay.
I'm not giving you Todd Gurley, but I'll give you Bell.
I think
so
you should give me Gurley.
Out of all this time, you've named 2.
Jamal Charles, 3.
Okay. Fair. I'll give that one.
You give me Jamal Charles?
Yeah, no question. Yeah.
Okay.
He was on my list.
I'm surprised that you wouldn't give Gurley because I think he is.
Well, maybe.
And
Let's see where it plays out.
Another guy that I think will break
I do
out.
like Gurley a lot, though.
Another guy that I think breaks out this year.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to mention the kid that could for Dallas just because I don't want to bring him up. But watch out. And the kid from Arizona I like a lot.
David Johnson
I like a lot.
Guys, I understand this, but we're talking about great.
No, I'm talking about them possibly being great.
I know, but give me it's hard to give you 5 great ones right now. That's the problem. You're projecting.
Shady.
Eddie Lacy.
I won't say Lacy because
I'll give you Shady for past performance. I still think he's electric and he still can run the football. So I'll go Shady. That's fine.
You give Shady?
Yeah, I'll go Shady. I mean, it's close, but I'll go Shady.
Matt Forte.
No,
too old. Doug Martin.
I think Forte's great.
I don't think
Martin's great.
Okay, no, you want to go Forte? That's fine. So there's 5, but.
All right, it's a little tougher than I thought. I'll give you that.
That's all.
Right.
You're right, though. There's a lot of good backs. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is David Johnson was a guy who wasn't drafted high. My point is,
there's a lot.
My point is,
you can find backs.
Dime a dozen, and what I mean by dime a dozen is if you look at it, like you can. You
don't take running backs early.
No, you can go draft a guy in the 3rd round, as hypothetically, and he can come in and rush for 1,200 yards for you. That's my whole point.
David Johnson last year.
That's my whole point. Because you look at 16 games.
He was a 4th rounder.
Great running backs are going to the greats in this league are going to rush for over 1,600 because they're going to average 100 yards a game.
1,400.
Okay, 1,450.
It's tough to rush for 100 yards a game.
You're right. So let's say
Price
14.
is right.
We'll make an agreement 14.
If you got to go over for 1,400 to be a great running back.
Great, I agree with that.
I agree with that.
Fair enough.
And should be over 15, but we'll say 14.
Because what happens is and
well, they get banged up too. They're probably the most banged up of any position in the league.
It's why it's hard to
That's why it's hard to sustain a long career.
Like AP's the only great one. Right.
Well, like we said, he's chiseled out a freaking steel.
Yeah.
So.
Well, after his
molded out of clay.
After his resurgence last year, Doug Martin, does he make that top 5?
No, because he stunk before.
I don't like.
You know what I mean?
I think Doug Martin can play.
Good back. Yeah. Again, Rob.
He was awesome. Then he had 2 years.
And then there's just different guys that do things, better than other guys. There's guys that come out of the backfield. Like David Johnson, to me, is a dual threat guy.
No question.
Yeah, he can do a lot of things.
Devontae Freeman, he's a guy that catches the ball out of the backfield.
Devontae Freeman does a lot of things. There's guys that do a lot of things. That's for sure.
Yep.
But I mean, I don't know. Like Le'Veon does a lot of things.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Shady does a lot of things. That's part of it. I mean, listen, like you
Forte
said, Forte does a lot of things.
Guy does a lot of things.
I mean, Peterson really is the only one that doesn't catch the ball as much as the other.
Nah, you're right.
Just because he runs so well.
So let's say there's 5. To make my point, there's not really more than 5.
All right, fine. I'll give it to you.
I mean, you can make the argument there's less.
I can't believe I said friggin' Marshawn. I don't know what I was thinking.
If he was still playing, he is, though. If he's still playing, he is. He's a monster.
It just popped in my head.
He's a monster. But this is how I think it's going to work, though. I think year in and year out, the way.
So who else running the ball for him now?
Thomas Rawls.
Thomas Rawls?
Yeah.
Stinks.
I think DeMarco gets back.
You like Rawls, don't you? Yeah.
I think DeMarco gets back to being what he was before.
Well, let me tell you something.
If
DeMarco, if he runs and Mariota plays well, I'm going to be sick to my effing stomach. You understand that? Because that's what we should have had, okay? And that crumb, that liar, that guy who lied to our fucking face. That guy on film ran hard 2 years ago, ran downhill. I don't forget the offensive line for a second. He ran freaking hard. He ran soft last year. He was a pussy. That guy lied to us, and I'm done with him. I hope he tears both knees. I hope his wife leaves. I hope everything goes south for him in his life.
Tears both knees, Willie Gault style.
I almost hope he gets in a car accident and goes over top of the bridge into the water. I'm not wishing death,
Well, that's
but just
death.
banged up.
Well, that's death.
Maybe a head injury.
You don't survive.
Maybe a head injury.
You don't survive when your car goes off a bridge. All right.
He would.
Sorry.
He
to tell
would,
you,
despite us.
Unless you
Listen,
don't like
bastard.
AP.
Can I tell you right now, though?
AP would wear it.
Can I tell you right now? I don't see any way.
He'd come back and run for 1,800.
I don't see
what's
any
up?
way
You like
that DeMarco Murray has a huge year. I don't see any way. I gave him every opportunity last year.
Me too.
I blame the line. I blame the fact that we weren't in an I formation.
Yeah, everything.
I blamed everything. But bottom line is the dude pitter-patted all friggin' season, and the other two running backs got in and ran the ball well in the same friggin' running plays. So, I mean, he didn't do shit last year. He got money, and he sat back, and he didn't do shit.
No, he collected his cash and lied to us. So, I was done. I gave him every opportunity, too.
Yeah.
And I love when people are like, when you put Bradford under center, he ran well. No, he didn't. Stop it. He ran soft that way, too.
He had 150.
Week
He had
17.
150-yard TD
Yeah.
run, and then
Week
the rest of the
17.
game, he had like 11 yards.
He was
on 12 carries.
He was the cancer that got this coach out of town, too. He's a big part of it, too, in my opinion. He was a big part of the locker room issues for this football team. You know why? Because you went and got a effing cockroach from the big ball in Dallas, and you brought him here, and what did the Cowboys do? They screwed us again. You can't go sign them guys.
I know. Cedric
Austin.
Cedric Thornton better be going over there and just handing drugs out. I'm serious. If he knows what's good for him, he's over there handing out drugs. Just
Maybe
like,
yes,
hey Des, hit your mom again. Tony, these pills will keep you healthy.
Ryan Bro chiming in. You just went death upon DeMarco Murray. Yes, we did. Yes, we
did.
No, it wasn't we.
Oh, you're not with me?
No, I don't want the guy to die.
I do. He ruined my season last year. My hope. Us talking 14-2. He made us look bad.
Yeah,
he made us look bad. So see it.
Real bad.
Real
bad.
Rob remembers. Rob remembers real well. We were talking 16-0.
Listen, I've looked bad before, so.
Wilson's like,
I'll look bad again.
Wilson goes. The way to play in a preseason when we're doing a schedule last year, he's like,
that's why
16-0.
Yeah. I was listening.
I got full really good.
Everything he wanted. Yeah, everything about him wanted to, and then he was like, I can't do that.
I still went 14-2, which I shouldn't have done, but
I went 12-4 playing it safe.
and we went 7-9.
He punted 12-4. He's punting.
Wow. If you're just joining us, our poll question.
Where you been?
Yeah, I don't know where you've been. If you're just joining us, you're a freaking problem. But if you just joined us, our poll question brought to you by Scanzano Sports Center. You can find it on the web, scanzanosports.com, and you can vote. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, A2D Radio is where you can find us. The Eagles will be blank. Contenders, pretenders this season. Let us know. Still taking your votes. And also on our Agree to Disagree at Real A2D. You can also vote on our other one. Well, there's actually two more. There's like Cutler, dislike them. You can vote on that one. And there's the
If anyone votes that they like Cutler, stop listening to us.
Exactly. That's what we're hoping for. And you can also vote who do you like better? Who's a better quarterback? Flacco, Andy Dalton. You can also vote that on. You got to search at Real A2D.
The poll question should have been, who would you rather have playing quarterback for Chicago, Cutler or his wife?
His wife.
Because I'd vote his wife.
I'd vote his wife, too. She'd probably stand in the pocket a little better.
She would. She looked better in the pants, too.
No question. She might be on her knees a little bit, but nobody's mad about that.
Yeah, she's been there her whole life.
I love it. Yes, she has.
She's used to it.
You want to move on? You want to take a break and come back on the Hall of Fame?
She's got calluses on the knees.
Oh, yeah, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We're going to do Hall of Fame or not. Sweeps is going to put numbers up on our board over here. You know what we're going to do? We're actually going to go live video or Agree to Disagree page. So you can go there, go follow us on Facebook at Agree to Disagree, and you can find us. We're going to go live video of the board in here so everybody can see it.
Uh-oh.
All right, so tune in there. If you're listening here, head over to Agree to Disagree in the next couple minutes, and we'll have some live video
We'll
for
see
you.
how bad Tom doesn't know his stuff.
This is Agree to Disagree, only on the Worldwide Leader, Real Talk, A2DRadio.com, and this is brought to you by BMW of Atlantic City. And guess what? You know what it is. They challenge their sales team. They must sell 100 vehicles, which means you save right now. Lease a certified pre-owned elite 2016 BMW 320i with xDrive, just $299 a month for 36 months. The ultimate driving experience is closer than you think. BMW Atlantic City, easy to get to. Minutes off exit 37 of the Parkway. Online, BMW of Atlantic City.com.
have an upcoming wedding, bar mitzvah, or high school graduation and you're in need of catering, well, contact Obie's Catering today. Chris O'Brien is changing the world one dish at a time. You can give him a call, 856-534-8410. Email him cateringbyobie, that's OBIE at yahoo.com. Or look him up on Facebook at Catering by Obie's. And if you tell him Tom Arnone or any of the boys from A2DRadio.com sent you, you get 20% off. If you want some fine catering, contact Obie's Catering today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by The Sports Outlet, located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey, with over 40 years of customer experience giving the latest in uniforms and equipment to sports enthusiasts of baseball, softball, football, basketball, hockey, soccer, and much more. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or send them an email at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit their website at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all of your sporting needs.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com. Hey, do you consider yourself the next Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, or Jordan Spieth? Well, head on out on November 5th at Valley Brook Country Club in Blackwood, New Jersey for A2DRadio.com's first ever Real Talk Invitational. $125 per person to enter, teams up to 4 members, and it includes all you can eat and drink, and contests including longest drive, putting competition, closest to the pin, and the hole-in-one contest. Once again, it's November 5th at Valley Brook Country Club in Blackwood, New Jersey. The guys here at A2DRadio.com hope to see you there.
Bad boys, bad boys. Welcome back. Agree, disagree right here. Worldwide leader, Real Talk, A2DRadio.com. Tom Arnone, joined by Brian Wilson, Nick Delgado, Rob Povey on the ones and twos.
What up?
If you're just joining us, our poll question, you can vote on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us. The Eagles will be what this season? Contenders, pretenders, let us know. We also have polls up on Agree to Disagree on our Twitter at Real A2D. And we have a Flacco poll up there with Andy Dalton, who's better. We also have a dislike of Jay Cutler, and we're going to have who would you rather have behind center if you're Chicago Bears? Cutler's wife or Jay Cutler? You can also vote on that one as well.
Cutler's wife, by the way, 4 votes in is 100% to 0 over Jay.
Just crushing it. She's flat out crushing it. She's flat out crushing it. Every Sunday, we are brought to you by none other than BMW of Atlantic City. You can find them on the web, bmwofatlanticcity.com. Moving on, we're going to do Hall of Famer or not, and that is going to be brought to you by Gibson Mayer LLC, your certified public accountant. Find them on the web, gibsonmayer.com. We're also going live video right now to our Facebook page. Agree to Disagree is where you can find us. Giving you a little live look in on we have the board up here. We're playing a little game called Hall of Famer or not.
Each guy has a sheet with 6 players, player 1 through 6. So you guys can take a shot at guessing. I can't, you guys are too sharp for me to give out positions. All right, so I'm not going to do that. But you can feel free to write your guess down. All right, but I will give you the league. All right, so this guy's a 19-year National Leaguer. All right, just so, and then you can throw your guesses out there, and then just say Hall of Famer or not, and then we'll have.
Do we have to guess who the guy is too?
No, you don't have to, but you can write it down, and you can have a great time with that. But yes, absolutely, guesses are welcome.
19-year.
T-Bomb.
Yeah, 1 second. We're getting the live video up and running here.
Yeah, for everybody at home.
This is going to be player one?
Yeah, player one.
This is player one.
19-year National League.
Welcome in, everybody. Tuning in live video to our Facebook. Agree, disagree. If you're not, you can head over there and check us out live. And we got the big board in front of us. So this is a 19-year
National Leaguer.
12-time All-Star, 1 MVP, 1 World Series ring, 3 Gold Gloves. Games
2,300 hits, 400 doubles, 198 homers, 960 ribeye steaks, 379 steals, 295 career batting average, 235 errors in 9,200 chances for 975 fielding percentage. So, like
the
you
fielding
said,
percentage at most might get him in.
No, it's tremendous. So you can, like I say you could say yes. What we're going to do is you can guess who it is, write it down, and then but say yes or no on the Hall of Famer, and we'll go to the next guy. You know what I mean? Because we have 6 of them. Then we'll discuss it.
All right, so don't
you know what I mean?
So don't tell you yet.
No, just write it down.
All right, so write down who I think it is.
Yeah.
It's an NL guy.
Yes, NL guy. Write down who you think it is, and is he a Hall of Famer or not?
All right, I got number 1. Who I think.
We good?
That's clear the board. Clearing the board.
Are these guys all retired?
I would assume, right?
I don't know if they are. That's why I think he's trying to throw some wrenches here. Couple wrenches.
Couple wrenches getting thrown around. So we don't know if he's retired or not.
So we don't know. So they're not all retired, or they are?
They're not all retired.
Okay.
Was the last one retired?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
19 years, I kind of.
Yeah. I think I know who it is, but I wanted
player 2, 20-year American Leaguer.
20-year American Leaguer. 2,293 games. 1,231 runs scored. The big hit factor, 2,365 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's 412 doubles. 55 triples. Here's a big one. Home runs, 155.
No, 185, sorry.
185 still.
Board's moving, sorry. Just over 1,000 ribeye steaks. 236 steals. Walk to K ratio about even. 285 career hitter. And there's all this other good stuff that those cybermatrix guys like Povia. Throw that in there. 235 boots in 99.48 chances for a whopping 977 fielding percentage.
They're
right.
not Hall of Fame numbers right there.
6-time All-Star. We'll go with some abbreviations. 1 World Series MVP and a ring. 1 World Series MVP and a ring. 4-time Gold Glover. 4 GG. Good?
Yeah, I have no idea who it is.
It's okay.
But I'm
Doesn't
gonna go.
make you a bad person.
I'm gonna go no on this one. I think,
Well,
but
write it on your
we'll
sheet,
talk.
huh?
Right
We'll
on the
talk.
sheet.
We'll talk. I know where to write it. Thanks, Bri.
Good, boys?
We're good. We're good.
Player 3. Be there in a second. I need an assistant like Vanna White. We're moving along quick. All right.
20-year AL player. It's got to be a middle infielder.
This guy, 16-year AL guy. 2171 games. 1,230 runs, 2,400 hits. 468 doubles. 23 triples. A guy like to stop at second, like sweeps. And believe in triples. 307 bombs. 1,300 ribeyes. Sorry about that.
1,500's a lot of.
85. Yeah, that thing's moving. 85 swipes.
This is a bigger guy.
553. A lot of punchies here. 1079. 285 career hitter. .336 on base percentage, .456 slugger, 274 boots in 9,500 chances. All right, .971 fielding percentage, 6-time All-Star, 1 AL MVP, and an All-Star Game MVP. All-Star Game MVP. Sorry about the writing at home, fellas.
It's all right.
Yeah, soak that in, man. There's no rush. You know how the bad boys do. We're not going anywhere.
2,400 hits, a lot of hits.
Yeah.
1,300 RBIs, a lot of RBIs.
Agreed.
Over 300 homers.
Agreed.
Clearly was a bigger guy. Not a lot of stolen bases, not a lot of triples.
Well, move on.
Okay. You guys good?
I'm not even worried about the names as I am.
That's all right.
Essentially, if the guy's in or not in.
Absolutely. That's okay.
Yeah, I haven't written a name down yet.
Nah, I ripped the first one. I think I knew who it was,
Well,
and
like
after
if
that, I had
listen,
no
if
idea.
I tell you guys position, you guys are, sharp as tacks.
Yeah, we're going to get it.
But I
Yeah,
am
we
going to say
almost
now.
don't- yeah,
now
we
we're
know-
on player 4, so now I'm gonna give you the position. These are shortstops.
Player 4, shortstop.
The rest of them are? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Now that we're player 4's in, now that we're 4 deep here.
Oh, all the ones you gave us were shortstops.
Yeah. Now
yeah.
that we're going. I mean,
You can
that's
tell
all.
fielding percentage, and you sort of had an idea. So the one was a bigger shortstop. It's interesting.
Yeah.
16. This guy's 16.
Interesting. The one was a big shortstop.
16-year National Leaguer. 2166, 1338.
What was the last guy? How many years?
16-year American Leaguer.
Okay.
2170 hits here. 330 doubles. 80 triples. 126 homers. 885 ribeyes. 232 swipes. 1,200 walks. There's a guy with an eyeball. 269 career hitter. All right, 366 on base percentage. 377 slugger.
Are these all trick questions?
407 boots in 10,662 opportunities. 962 percentage. 10-time All-Star. And 1 World Series ring.
I'm just telling you, I'm 50% right now.
I think I know who this guy is.
I'm not even worried about guys.
I think he's leaving off another one because it would be obvious who he is if he wrote it down.
No, I wouldn't do that to you.
GGs, a bunch of them.
I wouldn't do that to you.
You
We
sure
good?
about that?
Yeah, we're good.
I wouldn't do that
We're
to
good.
you.
Player 5.
4. We good?
Yep. Now
Player
we're on the
4.
player 5, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm saying I'm 50% on yes and no's right now. I'm not telling you which ones, but just letting the public know I'm 50%. I got 2 yeses, 2 no's.
Oh, wait. Oh, you're saying you have 2 nots and 2 yeses?
Yes.
I have the same.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if we're on the same. If we're on the same with players.
I only have 2 names written down, though.
Me too. I have 1 and 2. That's all I have written.
I have 2 and 4.
You didn't know 1? I thought 1 was an easy one
17
it was NL.
Year,
and his fielding percentage was 6.
17-year NL.
Okay.
That's who I thought.
Oh,
But this, I don't know. NL AL guy.
2275, 1421 runs, 2,400 hits, 511 doubles, 115 triples,
Wow.
231 bombs, 930,
I don't know. You don't think of it.
936 ribeye steaks, 470
Wow.
steals,
Well, I know who he is.
800. Write it
No,
down.
I don't know who it is.
1,264 punchies, career 264 hitter,
Oh.
324 on base percentage. That's caca. 418 slugger, 154 boots in 92.75 chances. 983. There's your best fielder thus far on the board. 3-time All-Star. 1 MVP. 1 World Series ring. Sorry about that. 4 Gold Gloves.
This is a guy. He's got to be a middle infielder because of all the. You would assume because of all the chances. He's got a lot of chances.
They're all shortstops, he said.
No, the first 4 he said were all shortstops.
Everybody.
Oh, everybody.
Everyone.
Okay, good.
Yeah. After we got a little bit into it, then I just you guys are too sharp to do it in the beginning, but you can still
NLAL guy.
More of an AL guy?
That's just there for semantics.
Okay.
That's just there for playing the rules. We good?
Yeah.
Good?
That was guy 5, right?
Yeah, player 5. We good, Tommy?
I think I know who it.
Player 5. Take a guess. We'll write it down.
I got him. Yes, and if it's whatever.
Okay.
I know we're not supposed to say that. I keep getting excited. Sorry. Player 6. Everybody listening on our Facebook, agree, disagree, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. This is Agree, Disagree, only on a2dradio.com. We'll be ending the live video shortly here, right after Player 6.
And we'll get more into discussing them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you brought the live video up so you can see for yourself.
Yeah.
You see the numbers yourself. Tired of writing shit.
20-year AL guy.
20-year AL guy.
2747. 1923. 3465. 544 knock doubles. 66 triples. 260 homers. 1,300 and 358 swipes. Walk to K ratio. 1,800 punchies. 310 career hitter. 377. 440 slugging. 254 boots in 10,679 opportunities for 976 fielding percentage. One rookie of the year. One rookie. 14-time All-Star.
I know who that is.
5 World Series rings.
That's an easy one.
World Series
That's
MVP.
what I thought. That's what I was thinking too, Wells.
World Series MVP. All-Star Game MVP. 5 Gold Gloves.
Wow. All right.
Good?
Good.
Can I get the years that they all played again? You don't have to say anything else. Just the amount of years and what league.
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
Player 1 was 19-year NL guy.
Okay.
Would you want the years of?
Player 2 was a 20-year AL guy.
Okay.
Player 3 was a 16-year AL guy. Player 4, apologize.
Was it
16-year NL guy.
Okay.
And player 5 was that 17-year NL/AL. And player 6 was the 20-year AL guy.
Oh, so player 5 did play AL, NL.
Played it, he was. Yeah, he's been in the AL. I would say he played, but.
Oh, takes that guy off and cross them off.
I mean, he's technically.
Thanks everybody for listening. Go back to our YouTube, our site a2dradio.com, and finish listening and get the results here. Thanks everybody for listening on the Facebook. We're back.
Yeah.
We're back now. So let's start with player 1.
Okay. Hall of Famer or not?
I have yes.
I have him as not.
I have him as yes.
He is a Hall of Famer.
I had Ozzy.
Barry Larkin, Hall of Famer.
That was unbelievable.
I had Larkin written down as player 4. Shit.
All right. Player 2.
Player 2.
I have yes.
Tommy?
Player 2, I have no.
No. Alan Trammell.
Oh, shit.
2 for 2.
2 I know.
Go ahead.
Player 3. I have no.
Player 3, I also have no.
No. Miguel Tejada. Pretty good numbers, though.
Yeah. That was the bigger guy, right?
I was trying to think of, because I was like, it's got to be a guy that hits home runs.
It was funny. I couldn't think of guys a lot, but the other part was A little easier. Player 4? Mm-hmm. I have yes.
I have no.
Yes, Pee Wee Reese, long time ago. I mean, there's not too many. Because, like, if we went Ripken, like, I just try to give you some under-the-radar guys and good comparisons. Because if we went Ripken and Ernie Banks, I mean, we'd be jumping off the table. So I had to go back to Pee Wee there. So I didn't mean to kill you guys. But, yes, Hall of Famer, and that is Pee Wee Reese. Ready?
Player 5? I have yes.
I have no.
Willie's only right. Willie's right, but he's not eligible yet. That's your boy. Holler at your boy, Jimmy Rollins.
J-Roll. That's what I thought it was. I have J-Roll written down.
Trick question.
Yeah.
That was the AL. That was the AL question mark.
Yeah. Because and you said it last week, like talking about you thought he was, and then I was like,
what was his numbers again? Because that was Jimmy's, right? So he had over 2,400 hits, the 231 home runs, 470 bases, which was a lot. The triples, 115 is a lot. What was his fielding percentage? 983, which is what, the highest?
Yeah.
He's in. He's in.
I think J-Roll's
I think he's in. If you compare him to the other numbers, his numbers are better.
Than Larkin.
Yeah.
That's why I did it. That's why I thought about it. I'm like, God.
I think he's going to be in. And the last guy's got to be no, and it's got to be Jeter, right?
I have yes.
Yes, the last guy is no, and it's Jeter. Yes.
Jeter's not in yet.
No, but I had yes for the numbers.
Yeah, he'll be in.
I'm looking at numbers, yes or no. That's what I was looking at. So essentially,
I probably shouldn't have did him because it was kind of easier. This other guy. Let me read this to you so I don't have to write it down. Here was the other another guy I thought of. I probably should have used, would have made it harder. 14-year AL, NL guy, 1,400 games, 927 runs, 1,747 hits, 370 doubles, 52 triples, 229 homers, 936 ribbies, 95 steals, 400 walks, 554 Ks, lifetime 313 hitter, 361 on base, 521 slugger, 171 errors in 6,800 chances for a 975 fielding percentage.
That's a no.
6-time All-Star, 1 Rookie of the Year, 99 2000 batting champ, and an 06 NL Comeback Player of the Year.
It's a no because not enough hits.
I
only have 1,500 hits.
1747.
17, not enough.
All right.
I feel like that gets you. I feel like that keeps you out. It's not enough.
How about figuring out who it is?
Oh yeah, well that's it.
Hold on.
99 2000 batting champ.
Is not
shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
99 2000 batting champ. Huh.
6-time All-Star was hurt a lot. That's why the numbers are down. I mean, he played 14 years, but he was banged up a lot. So I think he would have got to 2,000 had he stayed healthy. I think you're right. That magic number, 2,000 hits.
I don't know who it is.
A little more power. No more Garza Park.
No more.
Okay,
it would have been if he played more.
He's got great numbers though, like 313 hitter. He's got a great.
Yeah.
He's got a great OPS on.
The numbers are great, just the hits aren't
slugging,
enough.
521.
On base plus slugging is over 850 almost. Yeah. Is that what I heard there? Yeah. So I think that Nomar almost is. He's a fringe guy, like you said.
Yeah,
he's a fringe guy.
Yeah, and that's why I thought it would be cool because there was a lot of, except for Jeter, the other guys were fringe.
Yeah, Larkin has.
Because, Larkin is,
That's why I said not for Larkin's number. I actually had Larkin written down as player, whatever it was, that I was wrong on.
Pee Wee Reese. Right.
3, I think.
Oh, players.
Where it was
that's
Tejada.
Yeah.
I had Larkin written down there,
that's
and
what I'm saying, and that's why
because I thought Larkin hit more home runs.
That's why we're the best at what we do. But yeah, I know 198 shocked me too. But I just think it's when Tommy said that last week about Jimmy, it made you think because you just get so annoyed about the first pitch pop-ups and stuff, but you realize how good a player was, how a career it was, and then like when I looked at him like Tejada and Trammell, real good numbers. You know what I mean? And no more if he wasn't hurt. Just to compare it with those two guys, because the top echelon guys, Ernie Banks, Cal Ripken's not even close, and Robin Yount played 11 years at shortstop. His numbers are still pretty crazy too, So it's like Larkin and Pee Wee. I even written down Rizzuto. I didn't want to put him up there because the Veterans Committee wrote at him, and his numbers are garbage. I mean, he won 7 World Series because of the Yankees.
True.
One decade, but I think you guys did. That was a great job by you guys.
That was good though. I liked that. I wish I would have known more of the guys. I was happy that I got Jeter and J-Roll though.
Yeah,
I knew Jeter
I just didn't
immediately.
I thought position wise, I might.
When I tell you what, I didn't know.
Had it.
I didn't know. I wrote yes down at first for player 5, and I was trying to think. I'm like, who could it be? And then when you kind of did that little thing with the AL and the question mark, I'm like, shit. I think it's J-Roll.
White Sox. One year.
Yeah, played not even him.
Yeah,
They
not
already
even,
designated for assignment, so yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, the kid was pretty spot on with his yeses and nos, though. Feeling confident about that.
I think I tied you. I think I tied you at the end with your
well,
two
not
wrong,
really, because they're
two wrong ones.
They're not wrong.
You said yes, yes. I said no, no. They're both not in.
Because I assumed we were doing all retired players. I didn't.
He said they weren't. That's why.
No, I assumed we were doing guys that were either in the hall or out of the hall, not one or the other. I didn't think we were doing.
They're not in.
Well, they're going to be.
Up.
On the ones that were in and not in,
You lose.
I was 4-0. That's all I'm saying. The ones who the numbers and the guys had it were eligible 4-0. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so
because the hits almost tell you.
Yeah,
you know, the hits can.
We both ended
every
up
couple
4-2.
weeks-
Bottom line.
Every couple of weeks I'll come up with a good one. You know, probably can do the NBA a little bit too. But to me, the NFL, everybody gets in the NFL. Not everybody. I don't want to treat it like that. But I see like
A lot of
a
guys.
lot of guys get hit.
First off,
Baseball's
the
easier.
NFL.
Baseball's
there's some-
easier to judge for me, to be
There's
honest
some
with
guys
you.
that were
yeah,
just.
You know what I mean?
There's some guys that were just super famous guys and won big Super Bowls that got in the NFL that have no business being in.
Yeah, agreed.
Like Namath.
Yeah.
Namath's numbers are terrible. He has like more picks than touchdowns, I think.
Wow.
I really think he does.
No,
It's amazing.
Incredible. Wow.
And like Lynn Swan, I know
Yeah.
he's got the amazing catches in the Super Bowl and the playoffs, but Lynn Swan's numbers aren't very great.
Yeah, but
Same thing with the other guy that was on the same team.
So next time I'm going to change positions and then maybe throw some pitchers in there too. So we'll see. But that was a good job by you boys. You know
So
what I mean?
what
Like
else
you
we
said,
talking?
dog days of summer here. I thought that'd be pretty cool, and you guys were good as I expected.
Well, I mean, we can touch on the. I mean, we can touch a little bit on the deadline. I mean,
Yeah, we don't have to. We don't have to go away from it. Like you said, like we reported earlier, Miley to the Orioles.
Which we thought they would get a starter.
Yeah, absolutely. We hit that on the head.
it takes Elkson
Luke
away
Roy-
from there.
Luke Roy's, the Rangers are starting to peek their head up at the 11th hour here at Luke Roy, so maybe he knew something that, because I can't imagine. I understand, Tommy wanted to touch on it. He talked about it earlier, or he didn't touch on it, but I saw him that he, Facebooked somebody about it, talk, because we were, we all we all agree that we
Luke
thought it was
Roy's
stupid.
He's
you know what I
a
mean?
scab
But
and a crumb.
But he's got something with the 2017.
It's because he has.
Something.
He has
He's scared he's not going to
Listen,
play in 2017.
That's not what it is.
That's what he said. He came
He's
out.
just saying that. He's saying that to not look
For
like
the
a
Indians?
money.
I know.
hungry-
This is what he said.
He's saying it to not look like a money hungry piece
I
of shit.
understand it, but what he said is, and I completely disagree with what he said, is that he doesn't want to. He feels like he's going to end up being a backup in 2017.
To Jan Gomes.
Yeah, so he feels like it's going to hurt his free agency.
Yeah, well, that's not true.
All they had to do was both teams come up with $500,000 each to extra to give to him, and
They're not trading you their number 3 and 6 prospect for a guy that's going to be a backup catcher, a guy that's been hitting like in the 280s consistently for years now, and is a really
That's
good
what he
player.
meant. Like he wasn't talking about like retiring. He
No,
thinks, like,
he
he's
thought
not gonna
Jan
win the
Gomes would
job.
play over him. Listen, which
Yeah.
is first off, where's your confidence level?
That's what I'm saying.
And second off,
Which means I don't want you if I'm the Rangers.
That's what I'm saying.
And second off, no, that's not even what it is. It's the bottom line is that he wants to be a free agent after this year and get a bigger contract, and so he's basically a 2-month rental guy then. And the Indians are like, well, shit, we ain't giving up that much for you. Then if you're only gonna be a 2-month rental guy, we're exercising the option. Fuck you, basically, We're exercising the option. We're not going to decline it. Yeah. And he said, all right, well, I'm vetoing. Yeah, I'm coming back.
No, I understand. Like I hear you. It's just
terrible. And then, but a great move out of them though, Cleveland, to go get Andrew Miller.
Yeah,
who's the best available guy in the market, in my opinion. And it's a spectacular move. The guy,
I like him better than Chapman.
He is better. He's better than Chapman.
No question.
Not to mention,
I love that deal.
He gave up
I
3
thought he
yesterday.
was a free agent after this year. He's
They gave
not.
up a lot.
They should have, because he has 2 more years.
Yeah, he had a 3-year deal.
2 more years remaining at a very low rate, because he wasn't. Remember, he wasn't really good on Detroit and Florida. I
think they gave up the 1.
They gave up their
The 1-5, the 1-5-22.
1-5 and 20, right?
1-5 or 22.
And
to
another
the
guy,
Yankees.
and another throw.
And if the LaCroix thing went through, then it was like, remember I texted you guys, it was like 6 in the top 30. So then, like,
it was 3.
The Brewers would have got
3,
back
6, and
3,
30.
6, 30. Yeah. But the Yankees got 1-5-22.
Well, Clint Frazier's the big one.
yeah,
That's
big
number
time.
1.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
supposed to be a
And
superstar.
the-
Well, he's already
the
number
arm-
1 in their
outfielder.
organization as soon as he walks in.
The arm is big time. He's 5.
Yeah.
The arm is
Yeah, pitcher.
Yeah.
His name's like
Shelby or
Jesus
something.
or something.
Listen, there's some
I thought he was really
rumblings to get to the Phillies. You know what I mean? To move forward. There's some rumblings about Sale, maybe Red Sox. Me and Rob were talking about it before. There's some rumblings that could possibly maybe happen, changing Sox. But I don't think the Red Sox. Red Sox could be careful making that move because that gives you 3 lefties in your rotation.
Well,
and I granted 2 of them are pups, but, how lefty loaded are you going? I'm not going to give up proven major league talent for him. I'm not like me and Robert talking about. I'm not giving Jackie Bradley up. So I'll give you 5, 6 prospects for sale, but that's about all I'm giving. I'm not giving you major league talent. No way.
Well, the bottom line is, if you're the Red Sox, you know who the White Sox are going to want, and you can't give them Moncada. You just can't.
No.
Moncada, you can't part with.
No, you can't.
We talked about and
Or Yamagata?
You're right on.
You
can't do that.
No, you're
the
spot
MLB
on.
pipeline's number 1, right?
That's who Chicago's going to want.
No, but that's MLB pipeline's number 1 prospect in all baseball.
Now that Bregman's up, he's number 1.
Yeah, exactly. Like obviously.
Oh yeah, Bregman was 1. You're right.
They have a wish list. I get
but
that.
Bregman's up, so Moncada's 1.
But sometimes your wish list goes away when you're in need, and we talked about it last week. They're in need of a closer. Ziegler blew 2 games this week when you're in the hunt. One was a tie game, one was a save. Like, it's just, come on. Like, he's not a major league, closer. He just, he's got carnival stuff, and it works for a little bit.
Yeah, he's not. He's got the. I hate him. I don't like the way he throws.
No, absolutely.
I don't like his face. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll touch on the Phillies real quick.
Sure.
I think I'm not rushing to move Hellickson. I like Jeremy Hellickson. He's only 29, right? He's not 30 yet. I mean, I'm not rushing to move him. I will move him if we can get a decent offer for him just because I want Thompson up. But I'm not rushing to move him now. I think you have to move G-Mar. If you can get anything for him, you move him immediately. Just move him.
I was really hoping Texas stayed in play for Velasquez, to be honest with you, because I would have really loved Mazzara. If I had a chance to get Mazzaro and plug him in, he's major league talent already. He's got 400+ at bats. There's a it's not a prospect where you don't know. You sort of see what the guy is now. The guy can flat out hit it. And the reason I would love
Profar?
No, Mazzara.
Oh.
That's who I want in that deal.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
No, but I mean, if you want Velasquez, that's who I want.
They're probably going to offer Gallo.
I don't want no parts of him. I want no parts of Joey Gallo. I think Matt Klintak doesn't want any parts of Joey Gallo. He wants one of them 2 back in the deal.
Mazzara
of course.
Because we talked about on me and Mike that
if you have the choice, but I mean, I wouldn't put Gallo out to pasture.
Yeah,
let's
not
put him out to pasture.
Listen,
Playing at Citizens
the one
Bank,
thing that we need, Tom, is we need a guy that's going to hit the ball in the ballpark.
Absolutely.
Joey Gallo walks in and hits 35.
I know, but he's in a position where you have 2 guys playing there. That
I agree.
So that's
but
why
you can put him in the outfield.
I understand that, but Mazzara, the reason I like him better, because what I would do, this is just me, like, hey, let's make a deal like me and Mike did, had fun with it, get creative, right? I was saying then, okay, then if I go make this move, I trade Velasquez and Helks, hypothetically, right, and I get prospects back, major league, whatever I get back, right, then what I would go do is I would go get cute, okay? Then I'm going to go package you 6 guys because I'm bringing a bunch of talent back, and then I make a run for sale. That's how I get cute. It's not going to happen, but that's how I would do it. If I traded Velasquez and Hellickson, I would then go package some of these products because you're in a logjam.
I don't want to trade Velasquez.
I would trade for Mazzara in a second.
I'll say this right now. I don't want to trade Velasquez, but I do believe, like, starting pitchers, I will move starting pitchers. And a lot of people think I'm crazy when I say a lot of people think, like, starting pitchers is what you got to go for. But with the prevalence of the Tommy John surgery.
I want to hit.
Okay.
I want to out-hit you.
With the prevalence of Tommy John surgery, I will move a starter for an everyday player.
No question.
Player.
By the way, Profar's playing left now.
Not playing second. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you hit. We talked about it.
He's played first also this year.
He's a great athlete. I'm just saying, like, I mean, like, if you had the choice, if you wanted to put the hammer down and say, hey, you want Vinny, I think you would take Profar over Mazzara.
No, I think so, but to make the deal happen, you probably got a better chance of getting Mazzara, and I like.
Plus, you can play Profar at second.
It's very true, very true. But I'm saying if I got Mazzara, what I do next is I go move I go package Nick Williams in the deal, and I try to get Chris Sale. That's how I work, and I don't trade Crawford, but then I go try moving Williams, Knapp, Cousins. I try to package them guys. See you later, because I still have Knapp and Joseph playing first. I'm loaded in the outfield. Mick, gets you the number 34 prospect in MLB pipeline.
Well, Reese just hit his 30th, didn't he?
Real quick. Hoskins, yeah. And Cousins has like 26, 27. But I want you to take a step. J.P. Crawford's obviously now the number 2 prospect in MLB pipeline, our number 1. But guess who our number 2 prospect is? And number 34, not you, Sleeps, MLB pipeline, because I already told you. They guess.
Jorge Alfaro.
No. Keep going. It's not Nick Williams.
Mickey Moniak.
Yeah. Already.
Yeah,
that's
why you take the guy 1.
No, I get that, but they put the guy 34th already MLB pipeline. He's only playing in Gulf Coast. Like, slow down. That's all. Like, Nick Williams has a track record here, and you got this guy over Nick Williams. It's just a crown.
He's got more talent than Nick Williams. I've been saying that for a while. I'm not sold on Nick Williams.
No?
You think he's got more? You think Mickey's got more talent than Nick Williams? Right now, I mean,
yeah.
Nick has a track record of hitting here. I mean, it's not like the guy doesn't.
That's fine. I think Nick Williams didn't go number 1 overall.
No, I hope you're right, Wells. I agree with you. I hope you're right, but right now, I don't think you can say that.
I think
you need more time.
I think you completely
no,
can.
Because Cornelius Randolph ranked in the Gulf Coast League last year too. He was number 8 overall. So you can't do it all for the Gulf Coast. He's got to move up levels, and then the adjustments start happening. Yeah. He's not seeing nothing. I need more. That's all. To go 34, dude.
No,
come on. If you want to have him in the top 100, fine. But
everybody's got different opinions. But I mean, like to me, like
I haven't even seen enough of them.
I mean, I know what he's saying. He's saying, "Hey, this guy's the number 1 pick for a reason."
Oh, he better be.
Williams wasn't, but I still think at this stage, Williams is better and obviously more.
Williams is better,
closer,
more
refined,
ready, closer, yeah.
Well, I mean, but we'll see. I mean, the talent. Obviously, you get taken overall number 1. I mean, there's some.
By the way,
there's some tools. There's some tools in your shed.
I'll tell you what. As the Yankees, though, they move Miller. I know you get Clint Frazier, but you know what else I would have wanted? Because I feel like the Yankees, they can just go get a pitcher whenever they want with that money they have. I'd have told them I want Naquin. I love Tyler Naquin. Yeah. I think that kid can play.
Real quick, I was called by some YouTuber that was trolling us that I was an idiot for saying this, but you talk about Thompson and wanting to get Thompson up, right? Well, if you don't trade Hellickson and you don't trade Velasquez, you got to do something. And you got to get creative. And if you can trade Gomez, I'm going to go back to it again and continue to circle until people hop on this wagon.
No, I don't like it. I got a better one for you.
Go ahead. If you got another option, keep going to this option.
You're going to say Velasquez to the bullpen.
No, not to the bullpen. As your closer. Not a bullpen closer.
But this is what I want to do, and I think this will work even better. But it's not till next year.
Yeah, let me hear.
Till next year.
Yeah.
Is because let's look at who would probably be our biggest bust. Not for our system, but if you look at our system, we have a guy that was number 1 picked overall, Mark Appel, who's been basically a bust thus far. He hasn't made it to the pros.
Agreed.
Right? Let's look at another guy who was like that. Andrew Miller was the number 1 overall pick who was a bust.
Penn.
Maybe we throw Appel right into the closer role, get in there, fire for an inning.
Yeah, but what's his stuff?
Throws hard. That's his stuff. He's number 1 overall pick.
No, I know he throws hard, but the injuries. I mean, that's what's hurt him too. Here is the injuries been a big factor in it.
Yeah, they've been a factor, but he also hasn't pitched great.
But you still don't stop the issue of all the arms you got. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to. If you want to keep Velasquez,
we're going to trade. I think we're going to trade Hellickson.
Eichhoff's your best pitcher. I mean, hands down, Eichhoff is your best pitcher. I think he's better than Hellickson. I think he has more command. Not command. I think he gets it already.
I think Eichhoff's good.
I think he knows.
Eichhoff was the least talented of the 4 guys we got for Cole. But
this is what the thing is. I think when you talk about Eichhoff mental makeup, right? He feels like he belongs, and he's pitching like he belongs.
When you hear Eichhoff talk though, he talks a ton about how he loves watching Jake pitch. They've been talking about it. So I mean, obviously Thompson's just there too. He's right there too.
Oh, Thompson's the number one arm in your staff. I mean, Thompson comes in and he's a guy who is ace stuff. I mean,
he needs to be up.
Yeah,
that's why you got to get Hellickson.
Well, but my point is, you can't get rid of.
Though I like Hellickson.
Why are we keeping him in a plastic?
Who, Jake Thompson?
Yeah.
Why are we using up all the innings?
Take him out and play with him. Let's go.
Yeah. Seriously. Like, in case of emergency, break glass. No, dude,
Bring him up. Let's go. Look, that's the only reason I keep saying the Velasquez thing, because he's the only one in this rotation that can translate the closer stuff. Right now in this rotation, who else? Eflin? No. You know what I mean? Eichhoff, you're not moving. Noah, you got to give him more time. I know he struggled, but you can't just give up.
No, Noah's not going anywhere.
But the guy's trying to tell me, well, that Smoltz and Papelbon came in the league with great splitters, and that's why they're, and forget Smoltz, but Papelbon didn't come in the league with a great splitter. He came in the league throwing hard.
Starter at first.
I know, but in terms of Papelbon, Papelbon didn't start out in the pen with a great split finger. Like, he started out in the pen throwing 99 by you.
Through 97, yeah.
You know what I mean? That was his stuff, and that's what Velasquez is working on his all-speed stuff as we speak, but being he doesn't have a great repertoire of pitches, that's why he translates.
Yeah,
because he can't get through 6.
Then he still translates as a really good starter, though.
I agree to a point. I just feel like
he's gotten through 6
times. Backhand is so important for me. That's the way
I totally agree. Like I said, I think starting pitching is Granted, you need starting pitching. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's the third number that you need. I think it's starting pitching, then it's everyday players, and then it's bullpen. Bullpen is the top need, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
To win the playoffs, you need to have the bullpen. Why do you think that these power guys, these guys that maybe like Josh Beckett, well, I would say is a superstar starter. He was a good starting pitcher for years, but he was a stud in the playoffs. You know why? Because guys that come in and can throw 95 when it's 44 degrees out in October and November, they shut you down. You don't hit them. Yeah. All right, maybe you get a couple balls up in the air off them in the summertime and get them out of the park. That shit don't happen in the playoffs. That's why these guys that throw hard dominate in the playoffs.
He was pretty good for a while, though, but you're right, absolutely.
These guys that throw hard dominate in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I definitely do. All right,
everybody throws hard.
Let's do this because let's do this. Let's rapid fire the 5 questions from the Pove.
Let's do it
before we wrap it up. I think we can get done in 6 minutes and land right on the spot.
God, did we already do 2.5?
It will be 2.5. Yeah.
That's what happens.
Easy like Sunday morning. I'm gonna take a page from Willie and just belt out a little tune right there.
All right.
Do another 2.5. Right? No problem.
Questions from the Pove are brought to you by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs, located in Glendora, New Jersey. Find them on the web, sportsoutletinc.com. Go ahead, Robbie.
Gentlemen, with the Summer Games opening ceremony this Friday, August 5th, what is your favorite Olympic moment?
No, probably the first dream team when I was younger. That's all I can really,
Even though I made fun of it earlier, it's probably Muhammad Ali lighting the torch in '96 Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's probably Phelps. I mean, just to watch somebody, I know that's the easy answer, but just to dominate like that, so you're just tuning in. You're like, when's he swimming? You know what I mean? Never in my life had I say, when is somebody swimming? You know what I mean? Like,
really, you're
say
right.
to my dad, like, did Phelps swim yet? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, no, I mean, come on. Like,
so right.
You know what I mean? Like,
so right.
I had to check my beanbag. Like, hey, I'm looking at, you know what I mean? But it was incredible.
I'll tell you guys one thing.
You were hoping, you knew he was going to win, but you're like, hey, get a record.
Yeah.
Then I'm looking at the clock.
Let's get a record.
Then I'm looking at the clock because I'm like, there's no way you're getting beat.
Agreed.
One thing we can agree on in 2 weeks is that when women's volleyball plays, everybody's a winner. Okay?
Yeah.
So enjoy.
That's my favorite moment.
Enjoy.
That's Little Sweeps' favorite moment, guys.
Number 2, who is the biggest winner of the MLB trade deadline so far?
Cleveland has to be with Andrew Miller, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Cleveland.
Sugar. Yeah, I mean it's still incomplete. There's still till 4:00 tomorrow. Somebody's coming with some hammers. You know what I mean? Archer's reported to the Dodgers, so we got to see what happens with Lou Croy. But as of right now, yeah, I'd say Miller.
If that happens, Puig's going.
You know what? Actually, I'll switch it. I'll say the Cubs. I mean, because the Cuban Missile is insane. I mean, he gave up 3 yesterday, but you almost feel like he's invincible.
Well, he throws 105. Talking about guys that you don't hit. Talking about guys that you don't hit in the playoffs.
And a lefty hit him yesterday.
Watch
it was
out.
Incredible. You know what I mean? That's why I was so surprised. But yeah, go ahead.
Let's play a little Eagles camp, underrated, overrated. Who are you expected to be better than projected, and who will disappoint in the 2016 season?
Well, I think Michael Kendrick is going to disappoint you because I think he's going to get hurt again. And that's going to be a disappointment. I think a guy that can surprise you. I think we talked about it earlier in the show. I see, Vinny Carey, Marcus Smith. I see them guys surprising a little bit.
I think the guy that surprised you this year is Sam Bradford. I think Bradford's going to play well and stay healthy. And the disappointment, I hate to say it, but I think Nelson Aguilar stinks. I don't think he'll ever be good.
Sweeps?
Man, probably. I loved what Hicks did last year. So I mean, I don't know if it's a surprise. We just want to see him stay on the field and continue. What he did last year on that side of the ball. Just flying around. Ball hawking. Doing everything that he was supposed to do. And disappointment. Probably Ryan Matthews, though. Just with the. With the injury thing, just, not that I don't like, what he does when he's healthy, but you're always, like you said, it's like he's got a hangnail every set. You're like, oh, man, did he stub his toe? Like, come on, dude, stay healthy. You're an animal. Good?
Yep, shoot.
Number 4, hey, I just caught up and watched Concussion over the weekend. Fabulous movie if you haven't seen it, bringing the true story of the discovery of CTE roughly 10 years ago in the NFL.
Tell the truth.
So how far has the NFL come in these 10 years protecting players from this condition?
Not far at all.
Not far.
Exactly, because it's football. So as much as I feel for them, and they get paid a lot of money, they're good at what they do. You can't. You might as well make it two-hand touchdown.
Yeah.
You can't pussify it. Like it is a violent sport. You know what I mean? So you could throw a 15-yard penalty. It's the same thing we talk about. Like there's a speed limit that says 50 miles an hour. I drive 70. You understand? Until I get pulled over. So just to say like you can't hit a quarterback in the head or you can't go helmet to helmet, guys still do it. It's a violent sport, and you're gonna get hurt if you try to play. If you're not aggressive, you're going to get hurt.
It sucks. It sucks that some of these guys, the CTA and these guys, they're getting like all screwed up and killing themselves and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
That sucks. But I mean, let's be honest. Like you said, it's a violent sport, and if you don't want to do it, guess what? You can come load trucks at UPS, and I'll take your spot any day of the week. All right?
Right.
And I'll wear a paper bag on my head.
And I
don't really care.
It's sad and it sucks and it's terrible, but it is. It's what you signed up for.
I just don't think the NFL has put enough time in researching how they can bolster helmets to at least absorb some of that shock.
Yeah, it's like a car accident, though. You can't do much about it, man. Like there's guys out there that hit each other so hard. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, I never seen the movie.
These guys are roided up.
If you're speaking off, some research, and I mean, I know you're not speaking. You're speaking, all stuff that you feel knowledgeable about. And I'm all for that. I don't know enough about it. You know what I mean? But to me, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
no doubt.
The NFL's
we went from leather helmets, to what we have now.
You get paid handsomely to be a barbarian, basically.
Listen, the NFL's hurting these players. By one, everything's painkillers in the NFL, right? So they're hurting these guys with that. They need to. I'm not trying to be an advocate for this. They need to legalize marijuana in the league. They need to allow these players to heal in a proper way. That's not going to. Listen to me for a second. You talk about the contact of this sport. You talk about how physical it is. There's nothing for these guys to be able to take besides something that's going to get you addicted to freaking painkillers for the rest of your life, and you eat them like candy. Because all reports come out and say they hand them out like candy. That's the problem. Oh, this hurts here. Dude, that's why you have all these guys failing for marijuana because some guys don't want to take the painkillers. Now, is it wrong for these guys to fail? Yeah, they got to follow the rules. The rules are you can't do it. But I believe that all the off-the-field issues would slow down if you allowed it. I really do believe this. I think the mental side of it, listen, you tell these guys every Sunday and every day to go hurt people and kill people, right? So now you expect these guys to turn it off the field. Sometimes, listen to me. They're not going to. I believe that if you allow this, it might lower some of these problems. Maybe the head injuries and stuff will heal a little better. I just think there's a way to naturally help these guys instead of giving them painkillers.
You're trying to link. Yeah. You're trying to link marijuana to head injuries.
No, I'm saying that it can help.
Lack of head injuries.
No, it can help. It can help with CTA. It can help. It can.
I don't know about that.
It can.
I think the biggest thing
it can help better than freaking painkillers.
The biggest thing NFL's doing wrong, in my opinion, is the fact that they're fighting these older guys that have all the injuries and not giving them the money that they should be getting in pension and stuff. That's the biggest thing that they're doing wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah, medical bills. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously that's an easy one, but I'm talking about,
Well, hop off your green train over there.
Helping these guys.
Sponsored by Cheech and Chong.
This is where you guys are making it out to be a joke when I'm being dead serious about it. Because let's be real for a second, guys. We talk about opioid addiction in this country is an epidemic, right?
It is.
But now you're giving these guys, for every injury, painkillers. There's another source. There's another way to do it. Okay, that can help these guys, and all I'm saying is the league's dropping the ball on that. And can it help with some head injuries? Yes, it probably could. But they don't spend the time, I think, researching enough because they don't want to know the answers to it. They don't want to know. It's turn your back to it.
I think it hurts with nagging injuries. Weed, the medicinal marijuana helps with nagging injuries, right?
I think it can help with a lot of things.
I don't think it's going to really help you.
There's been reports, because Ricky. Guys, there's been literally reports that have came out if you read about it that players are saying that it's helping them with their head injuries and with the CTE and all that stuff. That's all I'm saying. Players are coming out reporting that it's helping them. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Martavis Bryant.
No, retired players.
I was just gonna say, what do you expect to say?
Le'Veon Bell, Martavis Bryant, Sean McCoy.
High as a kite. Hey, makes me feel great.
I'm with you, man.
I'm talking about retired players are coming out saying this, not guys in the league, obviously.
So retired guys are smoking weed.
Retired players.
Retired players are saying that it's helping them with the pain and stuff they dealt with through football. That's all I'm saying. I'm not Cheech and Chong and you boys are saying I'm an advocate for it. I'm just saying there might be another reason. Because there might be another way to go about it. I'm going to lose my fucking shit right here in a second because there could be another way about it. It doesn't always have to be handing guys painkillers for injuries.
Are we sure that they're just handing out painkillers like Skittles?
Okay, I'll start pulling up articles of it. Do you want me to, or are you going to believe me?
I'm sure they do.
And trust me for a second,
sure
buddy.
They do,
just trust me for 1 second.
Listen, all I'm saying, I agree with everything you're saying, and I agree. I also agree it should be legal, but I just don't know if it helps head injuries.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling
That's the only thing I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't think it does.
Puff, puff, give.
Yeah, don't fuck up the rotation.
He's trying to get there.
Close contest, 4-3.
At the wire. Listen, while Tom's looking up, stuff, which he's getting bent out of shape. Nobody's
getting bent out of shape.
Nobody,
I'm bringing facts to the
Captain,
argument.
going out.
I'm bringing goddamn facts. I'm bringing facts.
Jamarcus Russell's
I'm giving
upset
facts.
It goes back to
It's not about being a crumb, dude. I'm not talking about. You see, this is where Welsh, you got to just get cute with it. Nobody's talking about freaking Jamarcus Russell.
Cody. Damn guys hooked on Cody.
Okay, medical marijuana may help NFL players manage CTE, pain, and even slow disease progression.
May help.
Okay? This is one report, man, that just came out February 2016. There's tons of them.
Written by Le'Veon Bell.
Football stars.
Co-author Ricky Williams.
Football stars, okay? Football stars. Weed helped out with brain injuries. So, we talk about, I'm not talking about being a hipster about it. I'm talking about.
If you like to do something, you would say it would help too.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the guys that really came out here and said it's helping.
You love this robot dick. So you were saying, of course, you're saying that makes you feel healthy, right? I mean, not trying to be funny. You may feel.
I never said it made me feel freaking healthy.
Yes,
I never
you
said it
did.
helped me with goddamn brain injuries or
you
pain.
You said it makes you feel healthy.
No, I said it makes my chest clearer than smoking a cigarette.
That's healthy.
I would be healthier.
Okay.
That's the definition of health.
So you guys just contradicted yourselves.
No.
Yes, you did. Because if a guy's telling you it's helping him with his brain injuries, it's helping him with other things football related that's been trauma to him, what's he telling you? Is he lying to you or is he telling you it's helping him?
The guy's smoking weed.
Dude, he's freaking retired. He can smoke if he wants to. No, there's no, oh my God, he's not getting tested. We're talking about retired freaking players. They have nobody holding anything over their head. What are we talking about? The guy said it helps them.
It definitely helps with pain management.
Oh, my God. We're going to go in circles with this.
It helps with pain management. I'll be the first one to tell you.
We started this conversation looking – the question was based on what could help these players. I'm just giving a reason, and it turned into this.
Dr. Arnone,
I'm not trying to be a freaking doctor.
How it helps the CTE, please.
You want me to read through all these for you, Brian, right now?
No, I don't.
Because I will if that's going to make it. All I'm going to tell you is
just going to be a long story.
No,
that's all I
was done. I made my point. But you guys, instead of listening to the point, you guys try to get smart with it. Fine. That's fine. Fine.
We got a couple smart guys over here.
No, you didn't. You guys weren't smart about it. Tried to be. You try to gang up because a guy tries to make a valid point to get away from painkillers in the league.
Nobody's ganging. Will you stop
with the
all right. Then we'll keep pumping them with painkillers. It's fine. We'll keep letting a $1 billion company ruin this country. Okay.
It's funny to me.
I know it is. No, you're right.
That marijuana is going to solve all these problems. I'm not saying that you're wrong or the guy that says he's wrong, or the guy that retired, like Ray Lewis or whoever it is. I'm just throwing that name out there. Like, hey, that makes him feel better. I'm not saying that guy's wrong.
Let me ask you a question.
If you
ever smoked weed, you always feel better afterwards.
We're about to have Trump or Hillary. So why not just have marijuana solve everything? You know what I mean? Like, we're headed down fucking shit here. Now you got we're headed down this fucking shit aisle anyway. So let's get might as well.
4-3-2. No. This is a contradiction. This is how I combat that right now. Okay? The NFL will not allow it because there's a $1 billion fucking company that's giving out painkillers that's making money off it. So it's a win-win for the league and the companies that sell the painkillers. That's what pisses me off. That's what you guys aren't getting here.
And Hillary won't allow it
That's what you guys aren't getting here.
Business.
So we're going to really sit on this table, right, and say that me throwing out, well, maybe marijuana will help better than painkillers, and you guys shooting that down. So what you're saying is that now I'm an advocate for these guys smoking weed. No, I'm an advocate. It's better for these guys to smoke weed than to do painkillers. Really? I'm wrong about that?
No, you're not.
Come on, guys. Help me help you.
You're fine, dude.
I love I decided to bring this question, man. It is awesome.
Help you get a bigger joint.
You guys are freaking overweight. That's what you're turning it into.
Listen,
I'm saying medical marijuana.
I'm with you, dude.
I'm not saying go
roll up. Let's go.
Take some Marinol.
I'm not saying go buy an eighth in a dark alley. I'm just. monitored, it can maybe help. That's all. I'm not talking about abuse because guess what? Even the monitorization of handing out painkillers in the leg, dude, once you start taking them, it's game over. Not only for you mentally. Now, what happens to players? I'm not saying this is an excuse for players off the field because there's no excuse. But think about it. You know, a guy gets addicted to painkillers in this league, and there's probably a lot of them, okay, that are addicted to painkillers from injuries. Okay, what happens when they don't have them off the field?
You start sending dick pics like Brett Favre.
Exactly. Incidents happen, though. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, can you slow down? Look, I'm trying to help these guys off the field and on the field. And I'm saying that and the league will never do it until it's legal worldwide or countrywide, you know what I mean? Because the league won't make money off of it. It's simple as that for the league. The league makes billions off of prescribing these guys in cahoots in the medical field. They make a ton. It's why it's a billion-dollar company. It's corrupt as shit.
Big pharma.
Yeah, big pharmaceuticals are corrupt as shit, and it goes hand in hand with the NFL. So
big business runs the
Jesus,
country.
I feel like we just, I don't know. I feel like I'm Ricky Williams over here.
Hey.
But you guys, I understand what your point is. Both of your points. I just been reading about it more and more. So I was like, oh, well, maybe, I know Ricky Williams came out and it says it's helped him, but another guy.
I had no clue about it. I was totally uneducated.
I just saw it. I just recently saw it, and I was like, oh, well, they're saying it helps with CTE and brain injuries, and maybe the league should look into it because we were talking about what can the league do for concussions. Maybe they can just look into other. Not only concussions, but all injuries, look into a better way. And if it's not marijuana, it's not marijuana. I don't give a shit what it is. But something besides addictive painkillers. That's all. Yeah. That's all. The league can do a better job.
A marijuana sauna. I mean, just have them go in there, 10 guys.
That's
you know what I mean? This way you're not getting any trouble. It's going right to you.
And it'll help these guys from getting freaking suspended for this shit too. Because you don't know the reason. Some guys are doing it because they're just freaking idiots, like Martavis Bryant and Le'Veon Bell. But other guys who've gotten suspended for it, maybe they're not doing it to try to be an asshole. Maybe they're doing it because it helps them. But then they get suspended 4 games. So
like
you still shouldn't do it because you need to know it's not allowed. So
like a habitual guy like Josh Gordon, he goes, why can't he put it down? Maybe he's doing it to battle pain.
Who knows? Or he's just an idiot.
So
it's one of the
probably
two.
An idiot.
Well, I mean,
we looked at Ricky Williams when he was in the league, and we thought he was an idiot, but he really was. He was doing it because it helped him with issues. So I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
I mean, let's be honest. Rio Don, probably an idiot.
Who?
Have you heard that story? No.
Nah.
Ricky Williams is going to come back to the league and sign with the Raiders under the name Rio Don.
We went way too far
when he was
on marijuana.
Suspended for weed.
Yeah, we went way too far on marijuana.
So this is who we're listening to about CTE.
I never said I was listening to him. Go on to the next question so we can finish this.
And then the last question of
Get
Post
away
5.
from marijuana for a minute.
Smash, marry, kill. This week's theme, female broadcasters. Number 1, Rachel Nichols. You're not a Rachel Nichols fan? Wow. I was surprised.
I'll kill her quick.
She does ESPN NFL Countdown, Monday Night Football, NBA coverage, all on ESPN. Number 2, Molly Quorum works as an NFL Network and CBS Sports Network anchor. She also works as a UFC reporter on Fuel TV. That's Quorum, Q-E-R-I-M.
Yeah, Molly Quorum, yeah.
Quorum, thank you.
I'm a fan.
Hell yeah. And number 3, classic Michelle Beadle. Smash, marry, kill.
I don't like Beadle either. Wow. Beads gave me some shit on Twitter one time.
Yeah, I'd probably marry the UFC lady. Smash Rachel. I hate her too, but I hate Beetle more. I'd kill Beetle. I can't stand her voice.
I'll smash Beetle. I might need some penicillin after. But I'll smash Beetle, marry Molly, and Rachel can get the she can take a long walk off a short pier.
Yeah, I'll marry Molly as well. I'll smash Beetle, and I'll kill Nichols.
Oh, Rachel Nichols. She's dead. She's way dead. Yeah. Mary Karam, though, she's just beautiful. Brunette, huge rack. I think yeah.
I have I like Molly Karam. I'm a sucker for Heidi Watney. That's my girl.
I was gonna throw her instead of Beetle. I probably should have.
Heidi Watney, dude.
Every time my dad yells down,
Carissa Thompson.
Hey, she's on. It's like 11:30. I know what my dad's watching.
You guys know Carissa Thompson.
Yeah,
well?
Carissa don't do it for me that much.
But I was gonna put Heidi instead of Beetle. I probably should have put her.
Carissa's attractive, but Carissa, I don't like Carissa.
Heidi Watley's great.
Carissa's a little bitch.
little quick pitch. Yeah, it's pretty quick for me too.
Unbelievable.
Real quick before we wrap up, Josh Norman off to a good start. Pierre Garcon and Deshaun Jackson both burn him in practice. Off to a good start in Washington.
Well, yeah, I can already tell you that's going to be grab the money and Namdi it real quick.
Yeah. No, listen.
Could be.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Who the heck knows? Little Kansas Normo won, Exaggerator won the Haskell today. Great interview, too, boys. You'd have loved it. Just old school guy, our kind of guy. I mean, I know he was a former drunk, but, so there was like an objection. So when he gets,
I like people that drink.
When he gets clear, it's wet. So he was clear. And then when he gets clear, he gets over. You know what I mean? And so now Ralphie, the other jockey, was objected. And so then he said, like, the guy's interviewing him, and he goes, anytime I'm clear, I come back over, and I'm going to throw dirt in your face. That's what I do. You know what I mean? Like, any advantage I can take. It was great.
We'll shout out Jimmy Walker, too, for winning the PGA.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Not the guy that used to say, dynamite.
Or Johnny Walker. Red.
Well, listen, we appreciate everybody listening to Agree to Disagree right here on the Worldwide Leader, Real Talk, A2DRadio.com. It's been the Bad Boys of Sports Talk. I'm Tom Arnone, Brian Wilson, Nick Delgado, Rob Poe. We were producing. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, BMW of Atlantic City, our show sponsor every Sunday. And BMW has challenged its sales team. They must sell 100 vehicles, which means you save right now at least a certified pre-owned Elite 2016 BMW 320i with X-Drive, just $299 a month. For 36 months, the ultimate driving experience, closer than you think. BMW of Atlantic City, easy to get to, minutes off exit 37 of the Parkway. Online, BMW of AtlanticCity.com. Peace.
See you when I see you.
Tom Arnone.
No, it's call-out time.
Brian Wilson.
You died for that football.
Nick Delgado.
It's going to be a battle.
You're listening to Agree to Disagree, only on A2DRadio.com.